Come on in. And are we on the internet?
Yes.
Then welcome back, everyone, to Roll for Story and the Claude Coast arc. Who's doing the recap?
Wait, what?
I think it's supposed to be me. Because that's what with
Excellent.
James last week.
Irina, then. What did we get up to last week?
Have no idea. Okay, so I know it started with us at the Pirates Cove thing by the little chimney, and Lavella was looking around with the bird.
Yeah.
Irina went in,
Alright.
grabbed Carius's dad, poofed out. The alarms then started, and people were panicking. I think it's very important to know that there was a drow in there who we've been told can see through magic or invisibility or whatever, or it was suggested that they have that ability. So, important mental note, we'll put a pin in that for later. Managed to convince them to Carius' sister and dad to leave with us instead of going back in to get the other sister who is still in there. I don't know anyone's names. We'll just say Carius' sister number 1, 2, 3, whatever. And Carius' dad. I will learn the names eventually. I don't know them yet. It's been 2 sessions. We head back to the cove. We see another sibling in a boat. We land, find everyone else. Llewellyn becomes a giant whale, goes to get the other one. There's all sorts of fish chasing shenanigans. Attempting a Free Willy moment over the boat and just failing at it epically.
Just headbutting the boat.
Irina threw a bit of a tantrum and wandered off. Carius then followed. Andy got very, very hangry. Very, very hangry. We had dinner. We flicked peas at each other. We discussed the dragon situation, and I think that's where we ended it.
Yes. There was quite a lot of light shed on the Damsir family and how they came to be here. And there was also the discussion of how Carius' father kind of managed to evade the storm. And there was a great amount of guilt over his face. Seemed like he had apparently sinned, or at least in his eyes, by using magic to sail the seas, which is usually strictly against the Riley's religion.
You also forgot Irina and Carius destroying a whole tribe of
Gnolls.
Yeah.
No, you destroyed 10 Gnolls, which is not a whole tribe. That's
we to be fair, Irina didn't know that they were purely innocent and just trying to fix their race cart. I had no idea. That's on Carius.
To be fair, Carius just didn't recognise them.
No, I think he was too caught up in the moment, whereas if you was watching from the outside, you could quite easily tell these are the same Gnolls. But oh well, it's fine. I'm sure they'll be revisiting you once the phase 2 of that race begins. But yeah. Okay, so you're all effectively still within the Damsir estate. You have plenty of rooms to occupy you if you wish to do anything. But other than that, you're kind of resting up, preparing for the next day. So, is there anything anyone would like to do before heading over to the next day?
I want to find Andy.
That won't be hard.
Who's probably in the kitchen
Good
still
luck.
stuffing her face.
That's right. guess.
And
I like how that's just all that she's become. The one that stuffs her face.
and I'm just going to sort of approach her slowly because I'm not sure how hangry she still is.
Oh, she
I
wouldn't
assume
be-
she's not angry anymore. She's probably eaten enough to calm her down a bit.
Yeah, she's not hangry anymore. She's eaten.
She's eaten all the food and still going.
Right.
So, Andy, obviously you're wanted in this sort of, well, you don't know how wanted you are, but in this area in general, and I've noticed you're a bit wary about wandering around outside.
I take it you didn't see if there was any posters.
I did not. I will go and have a look soon. But in the meantime, have a plan.
Oh no.
Not all my plans are bad. What we need is a disguise. We're going to make you not look like you.
But I like looking like me.
But you don't like looking like you when you're a wanted criminal.
Oof.
True.
We can give you a whole new personality. It'll be a great expansion on your bardic skills. Consider it a challenge?
I mean, I can kind of do that. I could give myself a whole other personality, but yeah, there's good ways and bad ways I can do that.
I have concerns, but I'm not going to ask.
So the good way is just disguising myself. The bad way, well, it involves dead bodies.
Let's not do that one. But I kind of want to ask.
So basically, what she could do is, it's one of the traits or something. I'm just trying to find it from her college, where she can literally take over the persona of someone she's killed.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's both cool and very disturbing. Maybe some other time, not when you're a wanted criminal already.
Yeah, here we go. Mantle of Whispers. As a reaction, when a humanoid dies within 30 feet of you, you can capture its shadow until you use it. Yeah, as an action, you can use the shadow to disguise yourself as the dead person for an hour. Yeah.
Not
That's
really
very
required.
cool, but also very disturbing.
Dasily is in this room as well, in the kitchen. She's just like giving you strange looks, like, should I?
She's just like casually saying, "So I can use a dead body's shadow to disguise myself."
I'm just cleaning up, just like this is normal conversation for our party.
But I think we need to disguise you and make you look like you're not from the dry oasis necessarily.
So long as it doesn't mean me having to cut my hair, then I am fine.
That's fine. We can deal with that. I mean,
She's like,
she
"Fucking
just
hair."
her own hair.
She's just like, "I want to keep my hair."
I understand completely. We're going to work on fashioning a disguise for Andy. Something that's practical and a decent disguise.
Well, also weather appropriate.
Yes. It's very important.
Nice.
You muted.
Chris, you're muted.
If you got a disguise kit, you can roll that, or you can just roll your.
I mean, I think I do.
I know someone in the party has one.
I mean,
By chance, is there access to inks here?
Yeah, there's ink.
Inks.
Like the type to
yeah, I've got
copy spells?
Yes,
Darius also has a disguise kit.
I could also paint you a very realistic looking mustache with my marvelous pigments.
What? Wait, when did you get? Oh yeah, that was.
I've had the marvelous pigments since like the start of Kashan.
Wow.
When did you actually get them though? Where did you?
I'm
procure
pretty
them?
sure it was the one free like common magical item that we got.
And you took one pot.
Yeah. Well, I had.
That's not a common magic item, but
It was.
I know
It
you-
was from the very beginning.
I know you took cloak of displacement.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we rolling?
It's going to be your disguise kit, so if you want to add.
yeah, it's not on the
dex-
sheet.
Okay, so it'll just be proficiency plus dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking if we had ink, I could make some
So
alter
your
self
dex is plus 3,
scrolls.
so this is going to be plus 8.
Mm.
Roll.
Ooh.
Roll.
16 plus 8,
So 24.
24, yeah.
Hey. Okay. Cool. So fantastic. You do come together with the. You've got some fabrics you can borrow from the damsel.
What kind of character do you want to play? Because we all have to know this information for when we're traveling around, and you need a name.
Oh, I'm not very good with the names.
All right, which one of us is really good with names? Andy needs a fake name while we're here.
It has to have an apostrophe.
What is it? A what?
It's a fun
I,
little line.
I quickly write out Kashan's name and I just point the little
Yeah. I'm just gonna have Karis turn up so I can join the
That is what we
conversation.
call a rest in music. It looks like a rest.
Well,
Kashan.
yeah.
They-
You could always disguise yourself as another one of my siblings. No one would probably notice. There's enough of us.
I am not painting myself blue.
But the problem with that is that if Andy is going in as a performer, as a distraction, she can't really look like one of your siblings.
That's true. That is true.
Because that's just a dead giveaway.
True.
Well, Deathly says, I've got a whole list of names actually. Come. And she quickly exits the kitchen and into...
Karis just sort of watches as she leaves, just like, why does she have a list of names?
Why do we need to follow if she's got a list of names?
Because
They're just like in the kitchen, like.
we're gonna have to ask narrowly for permission. It's like personal information.
So
And
I'm
she
just
goes,
gonna start like.
Oh,
forming a
Karis
disguise.
Carius just sort of gets that as that, oh, that's what you meant. I honestly thought you were going to be announcing you were having a kid, and that was just going to throw me entirely.
or that I'm a hitman and I have a list of targets. Yeah, no, I'm not that bad. All right, so narrowly, she goes into the little office.
I
and
have a list of names too in my black
She's like
book.
pinching her nose, and she's like, "Ugh."
It's just one by one.
She's like, What is it?" It's like, "Oh, we just want to borrow some names. Have you got a list of all our customers?" She's like, "Yeah, why?" "Oh, we're just coming up with a persona for Andy." She's like, "So long as you don't leak any of this information. In fact, hold on." And she sort of like folds it in half. It's like, "Get there. You can look at this side. The other side's financial information. We can't be giving that out." She's like, "Oh, okay, right." And Dastly comes back and
I'm just gonna point out that's a really irresponsible business practice.
we're just looking for names. We're not
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
away anything.
Yes.
And
Look,
Karis
here.
is just like, oh, god damn it, we're breaking GDPR regulations all over again.
Dastly places it on the table, and you can see she's folded it so that you can only see the first names. And there's like over 100 different names. And she says, "Oh, hold on, we'll borrow one of Didani's dice. Here we go." And she pulls out a D100. And go ahead, and she places the dice in your hand, Andy, and says, "There you go, you can roll."
So she's gonna get something really random.
Press the enter button. I'm not doing it. It's your roll.
Well, I'm switching.
45.
45. She thumbs down the list. Ooh. Actually, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this one. But you rolled this one.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No,
Nothing.
wait, I missed.
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing.
No. Wrong one.
Oh.
Sorry. I
She
didn't
likes
like...
that one.
Oh, okay, well, you can take Nafim if you want. The actual roll was this. Why is it? It's a copy
Napping.
paste.
It sounds like napping.
I like
Alright.
nothing. No.
That's what I rolled.
Najila.
Najila. Actually, I quite like that too. Najila.
I imagine the J is probably pronounced like a Y. Naila.
Naila. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got Arabian origin,
Yeah.
so that would be it.
Naila.
Why are you laughing, Cameron?
David.
What's wrong with you, Kishore?
I mean, just as a, I suppose getting into a character from this sort of culture would be easiest, but if you really want to not be you, perhaps act like someone from Weep, maybe?
Oh, you mean and talk like this rather than with my usual accent?
Honestly, that's fairly impressive. But you could try that. No one would suspect.
Hmm.
Do you think you could keep that one up?
She puts her finger like under her nose, like pretending to have a mustache. She's like, tip top to the morning to you, and like pretending to be Jatan. Jatan has never said that in his life. But she's like trying to put on the pompous kind of persona.
Oh, poor Jatan. He's probably in a big meeting right now, trying to be serious, and it's just like the ears are burning.
I mean, if you went for someone from somewhere else, we could sort of go for if we do decide this whole meeting thing, sort of be like, we brought in this person from foreign climes. No, that's probably not.
But the other thing as well you need to remember is what type of performances you can do, because it's going to have to be culturally accurate for your character.
I'd probably stick with the like sort of person, but not. Yeah, I'd probably stick with someone from the Claude Coast, to be honest.
It's probably just a bit safer.
I mean,
But
yeah.
maybe just put on a slightly different voice. Not that it really matters. They're not going to recognize you by voice. Have you considered, as part of your disguise, dyeing your hair?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get Kashan because I feel like he needs to be here for this.
A hat.
We're discussing plans.
I mean, I don't mind styling my hair differently, but I just
Look,
don't
okay,
want to
we
do
can-
anything with it.
We can do
way.
that. We can do that.
so-
Then.
Okay.
Make
so
it look like you have less hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose a good question is, was this the sort of hairstyle you had when you were last in the Claude Coast?
Do I look like the sort of person who had the time to do their hair every morning? So
No,
yes, this is
but-
the same hairstyle that I have always had.
Why is things on fire?
Well, Kashan, that's
is
the
really
wrong type.
tired.
Kashan, that's the wrong type of monk.
Oh, cat, get out here.
Right. Okay, that does make things easier. So are we going for Naila or Nafim?
Naila.
Right, Naila. Right, Naila.
Mm.
Right. Okay, so and Naila is a performer because that's kind of the sort of thing we're going for.
I mean, the thing, I don't necessarily have to play an instrument. I can sing. I don't have to use the tambourine that way.
That's true. Well, when you... This is just Karis trying to think this through. When you were last in the Claude Coast, was it... I mean, obviously your tambourine was one thing, but...
Well, this tambourine was from Levelen, so
yeah, but...
it's the violin which is more known, because that was my
Okay. Other than those two instruments, is there anything else you can play?
She can play the lyre, the tambourine, and the violin, basically.
Well, we might have a lyre lying around somewhere. It's been a while.
I kind of picked that on purpose because lyre, she lies and deceives.
Liar!
Is it actually a lie? I thought it was a
That's what Lee
leer.
says. Yeah, it's actually a leer, but that's cool. You call it what you want.
Why are you lying for?
Liar, liar.
Right, so do we happen to have one of those lying about somewhere? We have most
The-
other things.
I'm sure we have somewhere. Yeah. Go check the storage room. Already one lying around. Yes. I mean to say,
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
lying and liar jokes now.
you can get a leer if you like. In fact, you can even pick one up in the market.
That's true. But probably better to borrow one, and I appear to be echoing from someone. Right,
Is it
seemed like
me?
it was for a moment.
Might be me.
Right. Because if they are watching for us, going and buying the instrument beforehand might seem a bit odd.
That's
I
a
mean,
little
that-
bit suspicious.
So
They're-
someone
they're,
who's
they're
not,
pirates who kidnapped my dad. I'm gonna be suspicious.
so someone who's not going to be doing the talking needs to go buy an instrument.
Well, potentially we might have one in the storage room.
Yeah, if that's the case.
Carrots will go. I'll go have a look whilst you continue deciding on things.
So the
I mean, to
question,
be fair, the only one of us that's not really going to be noticed as, like, seen at Carius is pretty obvious where he's from, this family. Obviously, they may have seen me spring your dad, I don't know. Andy, we're currently disguising. Llewellyn is very distinct. Kashan is probably the only one who's going to be able to walk around and not look shifty.
True.
What?
Did you want something, Lahiri?
I was gonna say I could pick one up in the market. People
I mean-
tend to ignore me, so I won't
Um,
make much of a scene.
aw,
that's
poor thing.
Garrus just sort of pauses and is just like.
That's
He
so
just
sad.
sort of-
I'm just going to go over and
Yeah.
hug her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I ruffle
Yeah,
her
a
hair.
hug.
Oh, she's so sad and so cute.
Well, if we don't have one in the storage, that could be a good thing to go for. Between you all, you've probably got something that Andy could borrow in terms of clothing.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. She like puts her hand up. She's like, I don't care how, but I want this persona to have a pet.
I will go and find you a chicken.
A chicken.
That's
You're
my determinant.
You really could be impersonating him then.
Well, I could let you borrow Taklo, but just change his form.
That works.
That could work.
Into a chicken.
Do you have right?
Not the chicken.
The chickens are the best.
Right. So what I can turn him into, apart from the dragon, easily is normally a bat, a cat, a crab, a frog/toad, or hawk, a lizard, an octopus, which might be a bit weird, an owl, a snake,
hawk would be quite cool.
a
Or a
fish,
snake. A snake.
a rat, a raven, but we're not going to do raven. That's been done. A
lizard.
seahorse, a spider, or a weasel.
Weasel.
Yeah, we could do weasel. Would you prefer it to be celestial, fey, or fiendish?
I mean, she automatically is like, oh, Celeste. No, wait, probably she did not do Celestial. But it would match my cloak.
That depends. Are we going with the cloak for the as part of the persona's disguise?
I mean, my cloak is attuned to me, so.
Like, it's her safety net. If she needs to pop out, then it's
That
gonna be
is true.
useful.
Yeah, that would get you out. Okay, so right, I'll go discuss that with Taklo. I'm pretty sure that we have the charcoal and incense around here somewhere. Of course we do. We have a church.
Here's the thing. Instead
Yeah,
of
you
you,
have a shrine.
instead of you changing Taklo, I kind of lost my familiar. We could create my familiar as whatever we want. So I have one in general.
True. Actually, that might make more sense to use Llewellyn's familiar because then you can watch through that familiar to make sure that we're safe and stuff, and
Yeah.
that makes more sense. Yeah.
On another note, we've got the whole like talking part and entertainment part down. Are we gonna have someone sneak in and try and find your sister while all this is happening?
That is hopefully the plan.
'Cause I think I have somewhat of an idea. I could get more than just Kashan in.
But you got to remember, again, pull that pin out about that drow that we have been told might be able to see through that sort of thing.
I know, but someone's gonna go in regardless, and And it's fairy fire, so it has to be cast on someone who's invisible. So long as he stays out of wherever that spell's cast, like my Raven managed to do, and he should be okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be someone who's dexterous.
And to the point, I haven't actually told you how many I saw in there. There was at least 20, including the ones outside.
Well,
Some of them were frog beings. Some of them were lizards. A couple of drow, not just one drow.
so we've got some lizard folk, drow, humans. I'm gonna guess grung. Probably grung. Fish eye.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, frog people.
Frog people.
Indeed. Or frog.
Right. So
If we do want to get more than just Kashanin, I have a plan. I would like Irina's help for that. We don't have to do it yet.
With
I think I can get me, you, and well, anyone else we bring with us in, with only Kashan being present in the whole sneaking process. But we'll test it out in a bit. Let's continue discussing whatever we need to discuss
Right.
here and get.
Right. So we can either get an instrument or go find one. That's easily. So you're going to be a Leah player. You're going to be a Nayila. What else? You're going to have a pet weasel. Anything else that we feel is like we need to establish this character?
Why don't I say I'm like Irina's younger sister or something? We both have black hair.
That could work. But it depends if Irina's coming with us in this case. Well,
I mean,
you're coming with us, but not necessarily as part of the distraction thing. So
Yeah, she might be the stealth mission.
well, either way, because obviously I know some of the songs and things like that your aunt Smolder used to do and things like that. I know some of the dances and the music, so I could potentially support the act if needed.
right, that works. So in that case, that could actually work quite nicely. Then we've got like a pair of dancing, singing sisters, I guess.
I mean, I can set myself on fire dance.
I mean, that would certainly fit with any songs taught by someone called Smolder.
Auntie S'more.
I always called her Smolder, but
Oh.
all right. I think if you called her S'more, she probably would have pushed me overboard.
So you two be sisters for this, which honestly, with how well you get along most of the time, is probably quite believable. Anyway.
Probably half sisters.
Yeah.
Can you do an accent like mine, or am I gonna have to try to
No.
I mean, me and my sister don't have the same accent, but we were raised separately.
So
we could do that.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm very, very pale in comparison.
Yeah,
to
that's
you.
why I say half sister.
All right.
Yeah, like maybe you've come to visit too, and then something like
It
that.
was an idea. We don't
It's
have to
fine.
do
It works.
that.
It works.
So who's
Or
actually going in on the rescue mission?
We're all
you
going
and
in,
Bishop.
but we're distracting. It's a
Or-
stealth mission. The less people, the better.
Or rather than being sisters, we can just give you like similar outfits and styles, and that can just be like the look of the group. You could have like the sort of tanned one and the sort of pale one, and that could be like part of the act.
We could be the sun and the moon.
I
Literally.
like this.
Yes, see, that's kind of what I was going for. I
Because
just
obviously
couldn't
you've got the
work.
stars, and I can burst into flame.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So,
This is gonna go so badly.
so in that case, we've got the whole sort of starry look for you. We'll need something similar-ish for you, Irina, but sunnish.
I just look at my lumpy grey jumper and I'm just like,
It definitely doesn't look suitable for sunny disposition.
So you need my colours, basically, and she indicates the oranges and yellows she's wearing.
as long as I look nothing like my robes, because that's what I was wearing when I sprung your dad.
Yes. Yeah, or Carius's colours, like he's literally wearing like a bright orange sort of thing. Well, as I said with Andy, between my sisters, we've probably got sufficient clothes, probably any makeup or such you might need to complete the look, as it's a performance. So you probably want to maybe style up a little. I don't know. Depends what you're going for.
What's he implying?
I've never
I'm not-
tried this makeup stuff.
I have.
So,
Fair enough.
I grew up with like 6 sisters. It happens. So, yeah, probably. Oh God, wait. Karis is trying to think. Honestly, probably Lahiri might work best for that. They're quite good. Do not trust Idani with your makeup. I'm almost certain that will go wrong. Nikine's more. Nikine was the one who was fishing, right?
Yeah.
It's all right. I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
I think we just worry about the clothes and the hair for now. Makeup, it's going
Yeah.
a little bit too much.
Yeah, it was just an idea. I don't know. Maybe easy way to hide the face, sort of thing.
You've got a mask.
Yes, I do.
So,
Masks could work as well.
Kashan, looks like we're the infiltration team.
Right? The two most troublemakers.
The two most troubled people.
Well, I did also want to bring a teleporty person with us for a quick escape, but you all want to be outside performing.
But you've got a teleporty spell. haven't you?
Teleporty people,
No.
I do 200 feet around the building and run
Exactly,
back.
that's
in.
why you.
I'm
That's why
here.
you.
I could have sworn you'd used Dimension Door at one point.
No, that's Irina.
I could have sworn you'd done it as well, because I don't
But
have
the
it.
thing is we don't
You
know
have
where
it.
they want the performance. They may want it inside the building. You don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of the thing.
Right, let's
As long as you two don't do something stupid, it'll be fine.
let's go do the.
I'm sorry,
the
you
test.
mean if Llewellyn doesn't do anything stupid, then we'll be alright.
No, I mean both of you.
Everyone just looks
just
at
the
them.
stat.
Well, the stealthing part all comes down on you, Kashan. Put
I
it this
mean,
way.
How many lives do you have left at this point, Kashan? Just so.
How many lives? Enough. And I'm going to quickly try and pickpocket Llewellyn just as a sneaky flex, I guess.
Okay. So, we've got the idea for the clothes. We've got the idea for
No.
the act.
I think he
We've,
sees you.
No witnesses.
It's like you're +5. She's got a +13 to sleight of hand.
I think my idea hinges on having 2 people plus the sneaky person.
I think it's more my stealth roll over my.
Otherwise,
what did you have in mind? We've got like the idea for this.
I want to test out the parameters of the dragon chessboard. Because essentially we could hide people inside the dragon chessboard and Kashan can carry it in while stealthing.
What's the dragon chessboard?
This, and I bring it out but I don't open it because that would suck us all in.
Do I know how a dragon chessboard works?
It's a
As
magical.
someone
dragon
who
chest
deals
board.
with artifacts, do I know?
Well,
You know
Dragon
Dragon Chess, but a
yeah.
Dragon Chess board is just the board you played to play the game. So no, this would be a unique thing for you.
So
But you can roll an Arcana check to sort of see what he's talking about, if it's something similar to
I'm explaining this at the same time as well.
Okay.
So I don't know the parameters of how wide this goes. It can suck in a fair few people. I know that for a fact, as it was used as a trap against my party at one point. I was stood around about 20 foot away, give or take, when I was sucked into it. I don't know if that goes any further than that. I don't know how big a person or creature is to be sucked into it, and these are all the things that I want to figure out with Irina. But I do know to get out, you have to finish the game, and the quickest way to do that would be the Fool's Mate.
I meant to type that as Lavellen, just FYI.
So we go into this board game, then have to play a game of chess to get back out again.
No. Well, yes and no, but it takes 4 moves, which is very quickly done to escape. We could wait till the last move, and then Kashan can sneak us into wherever, and then when we're ready to come out, we just do that last move. It's checkmate. We bounce out the board, and we're wherever Kashan is hidden.
How frequently can you use this?
It doesn't actually state.
Because that might be better to use as like a trap if they start chasing you.
It can also be used as a trap, but I believe there needs to be 2 people for it to activate, because one person has to play one.
Yeah, but
side.
if you're being chased by a bunch of people.
Yeah, but again, it would also be a case of, if I'm opening it as the trap, I would then get trapped in there with them. I'm not certain as to if anyone dies in there, then if the game is never finished, does the other person get completely trapped in there forever? See, these are the things I don't know.
Right, so we've got an incredibly risky, hypothetical way to sneak people in, but it requires 2 people to be inside.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying we should go outside. We should test all the parameters of this and figure it out before we go to sleep, because I would want my spell slots back.
Yes, but one of the parameters you just suggested is, if someone dies in there, will the other person be trapped? I don't think any of us want to test that parameter.
Well, we're not going to die in there, but that's what I'm saying in terms of, if we were to try and trap enemies in with us.
I think you can keep your chessboard to yourself.
But I'm not. That's why I'm saying we shouldn't trap enemies in there with us.
Okay, can I sort of spend a little bit of time like studying this chessboard and trying to figure it out and how it exactly works, rather than listening to Lavellan's vague description of it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to...
Because this is my job. This is what I do. So I'd like to think I can figure this out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to go outside. I want to play a few games of chess with Irina.
No, I'm not playing anything. I want to study this thing before I touch it.
Okay. Well,
because when I got it, Chris never actually told me any of the details with it. I don't even know.
It's because you don't get details unless you identify it.
Which is what I would like to do.
Oh.
There we go. All
I've
right.
identified it before, but you
So
never.
you bring out the chessboard. You begin to identify it, and all the pieces, one side of the pieces seem to represent an angelic force of angels, and the other side seems to represent a kind of demonic force full of like imps and balors and such. There is one piece missing from both sides, and it seems to be the king for each side. And as you sort of realize very quickly, there is a strong sense of conjuration magic hidden within it. It's going to take you about an hour's time, but during that hour's time, sort of identifying it, unless you're casting the actual spell, identify.
No, I'm literally just studying it because I don't have identify.
In that case, as you're identifying it, both you and Llewellyn are sucked into this interdimensional space. And
I was about to say I can just cast identify. I didn't realize that I've never identified it before because I thought I had.
well, whilst you're here, you're realizing that you have taken the place of the king in both scenarios.
Yeah,
There is a rule set that comes up as well. Like, if you look up, you can just see the rules effectively. And you can take control of as many pieces or as little as pieces as you want. You can actually fit multiple people in here, but 2 is the minimum when you activate the magical item. In order to escape, you simply need to have a winning side. So one person can just take over the other person's king and defeat them.
yeah. I explain in case if she doesn't already know. I explain to her how the Fool's Mate works. The quickest.
I literally take off one of my boots and throw it at his head.
way.
I hate this game.
I also message.
Just gonna point
Carrier.
out that I have never won a match in my life.
I also message Carius from inside the board game to come to the board game because I'm wondering something. Does Carius come to the board game?
Can he message us? Because my
No.
guess would be this counts as an interdimensional space.
Yes, exactly.
Damn
Yep.
it! I was
Come in.
wondering. I was
hope
wondering
you've
if
never pull it, which means I hope you've never pulled in a bag holder.
I was wondering if Carius would come along and would see like a massive Carius above us.
No, what's happening though is you are seeing the pieces kind of move around on the board. So to those who are outside of the chest, you kind of see the pieces moving, and there is a Llewellyn-shaped king and an Irina-shaped king as well on both sides.
So people wouldn't even know that we're in this chessboard. They would
We would
just
just see the chess pieces kind of moving around. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Carius
It's
just
not
sort of
cool if Carius's little sister gets a hold of it.
Carius just sort of looks at the pieces and is just like, I'm tempted. He just gets out like an ink pen and tries to draw on the Llewellyn king's face. See what
Sure.
happens.
Yeah, no, that happens. Like Llewellyn, you feel a mustache being drawn on your face, and eventually, you see it's in person. Whilst you're in the game, it's almost like all the pieces are like literally fighting each other as they would actual monsters and creatures. It's very realistic, but
And then-
outside it's just like pieces moving.
Yeah.
And then once whoever wins, that depends. Did you guys want to play a game of it, or are you just gonna let one side win?
Well, we have to play to it, get out, but yeah.
Yeah, but for the sake of brevity, like you. do you
Irina
play out?
sucks at playing chess, so she's literally just gonna stand there and let Llewellyn win.
Right. I explained to her the four turn win.
Okay, where you just nuke the king.
Yeah, it's basically 2 pawns move forward on one side, one on the other, and then the bishop into position to put the king into checkmate. It's called the Fool's Mate. It's the quickest way of winning.
That's not going to work in this game. This isn't normal chess. This is Dungeons and chess and dragons.
I don't know the difference.
Okay, well,
Dungeons and Chess and Dragons.
Did you ever actually play the game that I made on Baviaga's Dancing Hut?
So long ago.
Okay, right. Well, the 4-turn win would just be to have the bishops and the queen launch all the spells at the king and just destroy them that way. And you can still do it.
Because they had abilities and stuff, didn't
They had abilities. They had normal chess moves, but you could also cast spells as well. Anyway,
Also,
if you do
also
that,
I think in traditional dragon chess, it's 3-dimensional.
Would
So you
It
can go
is,
up and down as
would
well.
hurling spells actually hurt the king?
Let's find out. I fired an Eldritch Blast at the front.
so
No,
you
I
have-
don't really. I don't really.
Yeah, believe it or not, you don't have any of your own magic here within this place. When you're inhabited in this realm, you can only use what the piece allows you to, and you only can hurt the other pieces in that fashion. You can't hurt the players. So once the chess match is completed and Irina's king is destroyed, Irina, you are free to basically leave at your own leisure.
Out of the door.
There is a door. Yeah, you see basically at the very end of the two sides. There's a door on
All right,
both.
I'm able to leave, but you didn't mention Llewellyn could leave.
He can leave as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. In which case, I'm gonna leave.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you open up the doors, and as you do, you feel yourself like, what was it? It was like a trap door, wasn't it? And you had to climb up and out of it.
Yeah.
And as you climb out, everyone else sees Irina literally climbing out of the board itself and like hoisting themselves up.
As I'm kind of climbing out, I'm gonna yell back down for Llewellyn to remember to bring my boot, the one that I threw at him.
But effectively, this works like the best I can just describe it as is like a 2-person rope trick.
Yeah, and I
Actually,
prestigitate.
no, it's not. You can have multiple people in there.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
said,
That's-
it's like a rope trick, but it's on the floor.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We could use it to sneak as many people in it as we want, essentially. So we
Mhm.
don't have to worry about being stealthy. The only person that needs to worry about being stealthy is the person who then picks up the chessboard to sneak in, which I assume would be Kashan.
Yeah, I think if you are going to go with that plan, probably the one most likely, and to be honest, the one I would probably think would be most likely able to defend themselves afterwards would probably be Brizzy, I guess.
Also, once we get out, I identify the board because
Okay. Yep, it works just like a rope trick. However, there's an added thing I can identify. Because Irina was a willing creature, this didn't come into play. But you can use this on an unwilling creature.
yeah. Does it say distance of like suckage? I don't know the word.
Yes, they need to be within 5 feet of the board. So you need to go up to them.
But I was sucked in from like 15, 20 feet away in the hut.
Maybe that was because Tux was using it.
Like we weren't all stood 5 foot around this
You
board.
don't remember the rules. You don't remember the distance in which you were sucked in.
I do.
Also, does it specify how often you can use it?
Oh, da-da-da-da.
That too.
I'm gonna say you can use it twice a day.
What about size limit?
You can only fit what you can fit through a board, which is about a 3-foot wide window, effectively.
What about on weekends?
So medium creatures only and below.
Yeah.
Okay.
In theory, could someone like a wizard play against their familiar as the other opponent in this to count as the 2 people?
Yeah, I guess. They'd have to have, as long as it's targeting an intelligent creature, yeah.
So
They have to be intelligent enough to be able to use the pieces.
Technically, I'd be in control of both that way.
Yeah, this wouldn't
so
work.
you could guarantee the falls mate.
Yeah.
What's the intelligence of your familiar in their pseudo dragon form?
Oh.
But in my case,
There's an
0.
0.
So it's 10. 10, so it's plus 0.
Okay.
They're fairly smart.
That would work, yeah.
So, who do we want to go in? And is any of your family coming with? To try and convince your sister to come out if she's not as willing?
Well, in that case, that rules out Dad, Mum, Didani definitely, Lahiri, because I just can't see Lahiri in that situation. You could, honestly, I think Dastardly might be the best convincing one, in a way.
Is that?
But in terms of someone who's probably going to want to go unless you literally tie them down and stop them, probably Brizzy.
Yeah, maybe Brizzy. She seemed to be able to think that she could handle herself. We've not actually seen her in action yet.
Well,
Maybe I can just entice your sister out, seeing as she has a thing for pirates.
entice in what way?
In the manner that everyone thinks.
So she wants to kill you.
What? I thought she has a thing for pirates.
No, she was trying to track down pirates because of the whole believe sister kidnapped thing. So Karis is like, wait, you're going to try to seduce my sister? Good luck.
So confused.
That is the worst idea you have ever had.
Irina kept saying that she had a thing for pirates.
Like,
And she
as
was
in,
there
like-
willingly.
No, not
As there is,
not
maybe.
that sister.
No, that's the sister that's been kidnapped.
Yeah, so I mean, the sister's been kidnapped.
But we don't know that. It might just be one particular pirate,
But that's what I'm saying. The
Just my
kidnapped.
theory.
and that's just a theory. We don't know.
Again.
Just
mean,
a
I can-
theory, an Irina theory.
I mean, I can be charismatic. Yeah.
Ha!
Sorry, you do realize how old my sister is, right? There's a bit of an age gap there.
I'm sorry. I don't know. You have so many sisters. I don't know.
Right.
It could range from 1 to 100.
Actually,
No, higher.
Sadder is 19.
yeah, 19. And
Wait,
you're
the
like,
tieflings?
It's like older men,
19.
right?
Yeah, this conversation is just getting creepier. I think
I
I'm
don't
going
know,
to leave. I think I'm going to leave before I end up having to stab you for your comments.
Just trying to play into your into the weaknesses. Because do we want to forcefully drag her out of there?
I mean, I kind of agree with Irina that we really should be trying to keep a smaller group if you want this to be a stealth mission. So maybe it's not a good idea bringing all of Carius's family into
We're
it.
trying to get your family out of danger, not put them in it.
Yes, I know, but to be honest, you know what Brizzy's like. If you don't literally tie her down, she's going to try to follow
Well,
you.
I'll tell her down then.
Look, if we've got one or two that can actually fight or stealth, fine. But from what I see, they make themselves very well known. Except for the one in the desert that we couldn't find. That's different.
Yeah.
It was dark.
From what I know of Brizzy from before I left, because obviously they don't have like access to the sorcery like Carius does. Do I know what she would be capable of in terms of a fight situation?
Yeah, she has
Stealth
a
over
cutlass.
fighting.
Yeah, she's quite nimble. She has a cutlass. She's quick on her feet. And
So at this point, she's a swashbuckler rogue.
yes,
Yeah, honestly, Brizzy's probably your best bet.
Yeah, because I'm thinking
Hide and seek champion, honestly.
we're gonna need someone who can convince your sister to come out peacefully, because we don't want to have to force her out if she is unwilling.
Okay.
No, if you have to force her out, but take Brizzy with you so that she can do it. But just don't hurt her in that process.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got our plan. We'll speak to Brizzy in the morning because everyone's gone to bed apart from us. So, Kashan, you're going to sneak in with a chessboard, in which will be Llewellyn and my sister. When you're... Actually, that's a good question. is there a way for someone on the outside to indicate to the people on the inside? Well, actually, yeah.
Just
When you
tap
want
on
to,
it.
when you want to get them out, just draw on Llewellyn's face.
Good plan.
That seemed to work.
Okay.
So that will be the indication for their final move. Llewellyn, no flirting with my sister whilst you're in there. Just a drum roll.
No,
Either of my sisters.
that was that was to try and find a peaceful way.
I know, but so honestly, I think that's worse in a way that we're going to do it just for that purpose and then be like, actually, no, I'm not interested. That just honestly sounds worse. So,
What the?
so is Andy rolling up a new character?
And he has not touched the dice. That is correct.
You're rolling up Brizze as a swashbuckler rogue.
He's done.
Amazing. Not bad rolls as well.
Yeah.
One more.
Right. And whilst that's going on, we go in as to infiltrate. Honestly, I'm thinking that maybe for your act name, something like considering you're going for the sun and moon, maybe like Stella Lunaris or something, just as like a title if it comes up. Other than that, you're going to be Nahia. And are we giving you a code name for this, Irina? Just do you want one?
Are we going to discuss the fact that... No, you know what? Never mind. I'll stick with Irina. I'm good.
Okay. And Andy's gonna be playing the lyre. Irina's gonna be dancing. And I'm gonna be talking.
Cool. All right then. With everyone set, we will pass over to the next day.
I am going to point out that I'm going to take Andy and we're going to go somewhere quieter just to practice and rehearse a couple times.
Andy leans over to her and, do you have a bad feeling about this too?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I had a bad feeling from the start, but you know, they're friends.
Yeah,
I don't think Kashan was there during the whole like testing process, so feel free to test it out on him. See if you can confuse him.
In terms of your disguise. If you're looking for a quiet place to practice, I'd suggest probably not right to suggest the chapel, but at the same time, I mean, there's the stable. You could always practice in the stable.
We'll practice without the fire. Just be safe.
Or
No, we can practice in the stable, but like no fire dancing because flammable.
Yeah, and
You can do the movements, just not
yeah,
the
that's
fire,
what I mean.
yeah.
So
and I'm guessing we have a room in here, so we just sort of go in.
So, I do two quick things before I go to bed. One, I write out a little note that says, "The food was delicious. Thank you, Llewellyn," and stick it to the caramelized honey and leave it outside Dassley's room. And give a little wrap on and leave.
Okay, that's nice.
And secondly, I go to Irina's room and knock on. And
Irina's in the same room as you are.
Oh, well, I ask Irina if she would prefer the, flame
Why am I burning?
bedroom.
Fire dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
yes, because I don't really want to burn down anybody's house. So if you
Because-
don't mind, I'd
that's
appreciate it.
That's why I saved that spell slot.
Thank you. Otherwise, I'll just sleep outside. It's fine.
So I prepare the mansion for Irina and anyone else who wants to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Karis is just sleeping on his old bed.
Yeah, looks like it.
I'll take that offer of like staying out in the carriage.
Actually, Carius, your old bed got...
Yeah,
Well,
it's probably got taken.
Yeah, it has. It's actually been taken by Saza, but because Saza's not here, you're taking the bed. and Lahiri and Brisay are in the same room as you. Works out that there's enough beds for literally everyone. But when Santa comes back, Karis, I guess you're in the stable. Looks like.
Well, technically no. Zerilius is outside.
Oh yeah, almost completely forgot about him.
Yeah, it's
Also, I'm staying in the mansion, so I'm.
yeah, technically not taking up a bed.
Just in time.
I just kind of hope that I've accidentally taken Zerilius's bed.
What the hell you did? Oh wait, that's Saz's. It's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm taking this one.
Right, and then long rest time, I guess.
Yep.
Unless something's going to happen during our sleep.
Let me check.
I'll take the first
it.
watch.
Hold on, let me just check. Oh, order.
The Tarrasque attacks, doesn't it?
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, we can take it between us. We almost did it at level 4 with 3 of us.
I know. Crazy.
DM roll then.
I did.
Okay, I was like, why was the dice rolls, but no.
That was a 100. So the
Why did I roll 100?
Oh.
The Tarrasque. Anyway, so long rest, guys. On your sheet, do the thing.
Why didn't it do the long?
It did. You're full health. At least it should be.
I don't think mine's any different, to be honest.
Spell slots and things.
Although spell slots didn't restock you.
So,
You're good. Okay, cool.
No, I don't think I actually did anything.
Alright.
I don't know. I just couldn't.
You get a fifth of a level up as you finally got to where you need to be and assemble all the well, no, not quite all the family.
So at this point, it's just like
It's one of the milestones. Alright, in the morning. Everyone's up having breakfast.
Yep.
Ericus says, right. We're assembling a team. We're gonna go today we go and save Saza.
Already way ahead of you, mate. You just sit tight.
Yeah, we've already got things in hand. We'll have her out before the end of the day.
What? You sound very confident in that.
Well,
If we're not, then you can try.
yeah, to be honest, considering some of the things we've been through, I mean, what was the name of the maelstrom that we almost got sucked into?
oh.
Yeah, I mean, we've escaped the Maw. We've
The more
it's a giant like whirlpool in the sea that sucks everything down to who knows where.
We now have a friend who lives there.
the more is just a legend, an old sailor's tale.
Oh no.
No,
no.
it's not.
We've
been there.
I've been there twice. Don't tell me it's not real.
Yeah.
We've been there, done that, bought the blue dragon.
Well, you're lucky to have survived. I'm surprised you even made it out alive. The more is supposed to be inescapable.
Yeah.
Yes, I blew up a boat.
Yeah,
Narrowly, like, could you mark it on this map for us so that we never come across it?
Yeah, Carius probably being the most good with that, just like marks where it would be. We also fought giant wasps that tried to inject you with their young.
Bugs.
Yeah, not great. Saved 2 entire tribes from an ancient curse. You know, we've been through a lot. A few pirates doesn't seem like too big a deal.
2 hydras.
2 hydras.
Here he looks scared.
We escaped that giant cloud eater thing.
Okay, brother.
And most importantly, pirates.
Yeah, we
Alright,
have escaped pirates.
Several times.
You're just showing off now, brother.
Hey, you asked what our qualifications were and we're giving them.
Yeah. I mean, I was away training for 3 years with the Knights of the islands because I can never remember their actual name. I'm just
The Knights of the Round Table.
I was entrusted to guard like one of their 3 princes, so I feel pretty confident.
Well then, that still doesn't mean I'm not coming with you. Briseis says.
No, you were actually one of the ones we were planning to invite. Actually, the only one we were planning to invite.
What? I know the layout in there. I'm a
Yes.
valuable asset.
Yes, but you're also the most recognizable. If you're seen there, they're going to be immediately suspicious, whereas some of the others might be able to get away with it. And at this point, Carius is going to lie to his dad, or try to, even though his dad could normally see through him. We've got
Yeah,
away.
he's got quite.
Yep.
All right, go ahead anyway.
Dice don't fail me now. Fuck you, Dice! No, Carius was going to lie, and it's just like, well, the plan is I can only get 3 people, and just sort of sees his dad's look, and it's just
Out
like,
of the question.
yes,
I'm coming with you.
No, you're bloody
No.
not. Show of
If
hands, who thinks the dad who's the head of the family, and if he dies, everybody's screwed, should stay here? Raise your hand.
You're literally like the only person around at the moment who can really sail the ships for us. And
But if we fail, then you can try.
yeah, your plan B.
Also, you
My
are
own
very
daughter.
emotionally unstable, and so it's best if you stay behind.
I'd say I'm the most emotionally stable here.
I don't know. Just based on that statement.
I
That's
mean,
exactly
I just
what
sort
an
of
emotionally unstable person would say.
Karis just sort of looks around and says, actually, at this point, if I was going to go for emotional stability, I would probably say narrowly probably wins the most emotionally stable.
Don't bring me into this.
But as we said, if you want to come, you'll be coming on the distraction team, not the infiltration team.
You're gonna have to give me a persuasion check, please.
Is it technically with advantage because we're all trying to convince him?
I'll say yeah, as you guys are backing him up.
Sorry.
Wow, what the dude?
Wow. That's better.
I get a plus. Sorry. It's the slip back carriage ruined my dice rolls.
Normally, he would not take a no from you, especially you, Carrier. But it seems as though he is completely outnumbered by the entire rest of the party. And well, he doesn't seem like he can fight all of you.
Too
Kind of
Right.
sits back down in the chair and says,
And
"It's
I
a big responsibility. I hope you know that if you do not bring back Caesar, well, I'll likely never forgive you for it."
I'm sorry, but
Wow,
you first of all
what?
went in yourself to go and get her, and
no,
you got.
he was captured at the same time as.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I
That's
guess.
still a jerky thing to say.
Yeah,
I
Karis
mean,
is
to be
just
fair, you're being a bit of a dick.
Yeah, Karis
Can
just
I
sort of
slap
looks.
him, please?
Karis just sort of looks over and goes, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've disappointed you, but I'm not planning to this time. I know how important responsibility it is. I've know what responsibilities are. I captain a vessel at the moment. I have guarded the prince of a kingdom for a while, and this is my sister. You think I'm going to stop at anything to get her out? If you think that of me, then you don't know me.
You're not letting me come. That's what's most troubling.
Because it is not sensible. As you said, it is wise to wait for the ransom. If you're seen here, then it looks like we're waiting. They don't know about our group necessarily. They might have seen Irina, but we're not going in. They haven't seen the others. They'll be expecting you. They won't be expecting the rest of us. I know it's difficult. It's difficult, and I've apparently lost my accent at this point, but screw it. But I'm going to need you to trust me. Not just me, but us. We can do this. We know what we're doing.
Get it done.
Make it so.
Bring back our family.
Shut up.
Yes. And whilst that's being done, considering you're the one with the most experience with blue dragons, you can hopefully try to begin some form of preparations that might help in regards to that, because that's the next problem.
He looks across to his wife, and she's giving a steady, slow nod. Right, fine. I will chart a course for you through the Mirage Mountains.
Excellent. No, he left. I was going to ask him a question, but that's not surprising at this point.
Riley says he is going to probably want to distract himself as much as possible.
Yeah.
This is a stressful time for him,
Yes.
but I have faith in your ability. You will seem like very strong adventurers, especially if you've overcome them all.
Yes.
That's an exceptional achievement.
Yes.
We
Only
are
with
exceptional people.
and with Rayla's blessings behind us, there isn't much that can stand in our way.
I think that's the exact reason you're still alive.
Karis does not mention the fact he definitely used magic to steer the ship to escape.
Or the fact that technically you did die.
Yeah, there's a few things he's leaving out.
Yeah.
Is Ryla really the reason you're still alive? Or is it good old Llewellyn?
Zarius says, right, okay. Let's go then. Let's go.
I
Come
just
on.
really quickly want to go over to Zerilius.
Zerilius, yeah?
And just see if you're a little bit of an inventor slash tinkerer, right?
I mean, I'll be good at anything I turn my hand to, so yeah, sure.
I hate him so much.
All right. Okay. I've been told that you're into. I don't know if this is a wide thing along his family, so I'm going to whisper like racing.
Wait. How do you know about that?
It's a long story. Your brother tells me everything. It's fine. What do you know about when you're racing, trying to get ahead of other people, sabotage?
Yeah.
Do you have anything that is small, pocketable, that comes in handy for things like that? That may be useful in us rescuing your sister if we need to get a little violent.
I have something. He goes around and says, like, follow me.
Yep, I'll follow.
And he takes you around to his workshop out here. Yes, he's got a little workshop. Why not? And you can see that he's been making ballista bolts, and he's also got strange little bottles, like vials. And he says, "This is something I concocted. It's basically grease, like the spell, but bottled. It's a good a slick way to lose any tails that kind of follow me on the tracks."
Is it flammable by chance? It's grease, right?
Oh no, but this stuff is, and he hands you a bottle of Alchemist's Fire.
Perfect.
This is flammable.
Excellent. Can I take both of these?
I'll sell them to you.
It's to help save your sister. What kind of heartless brother are you? Cavius wouldn't hesitate just to give them for the sake of his sibling. What's the matter with you? I thought you were compassionate. I'm so disappointed.
Roll an intimidation.
Oh my god. I mean it. I've never seen this side of you before.
It was great.
Oh, jeez, she's got +10. All right, yeah, all right, take him. Stop, please.
I'm just gonna say, oh, you're such a good brother. I'm gonna ruffle his hair, take the bottles, and head back to the group.
Oh, what just happened? Is what he says as you're leaving.
I'm gonna hand a bottle of the grease. Who's got better aim, Llewellyn or Kashan?
Kashan, probably.
Right. I'm gonna give that to Kashan, and I'll give the fairy fire to Llewellyn.
Oh, the Alchemist Fire.
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
There's
There's a new
fairy fire would be cool.
There's a
You know
new
what I meant.
there's a new cool little search function, by the way. If you open up your character sheet and go to inventory, and then you press Control Space, you'll get a little search bar, and you can just type in something like alchemist, and you'll see Alchemist Fire there,
That's cool.
and you can just drag that on straight onto your inventory.
It's not doing it.
Control Space.
Control Space.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It works for everyone else. Why is it always you?
I don't know.
Oh god.
Right, just to stop Chris going insane, have you tried refreshing the page?
Yeah.
I've already,
Have you turned it off and on again?
I already refreshed the page when the dice wasn't rolling on the screen.
Okay, that might have been another issue, but yes. Regardless, everyone else can see how it works, and it's pretty straightforward. Just Control Space, and you'll get it up. So
yeah, Irina comes back. I'm very pleased with herself. Hands a bottle of this alchemy fire to Llewellyn, the grease to Kashan.
Okay, cool.
What am I doing with this?
It's I'll explain to him like obviously what it does, what it is, and just be like, it's for an emergency if you do get caught and you need to get away quickly.
Ah, so if I run out of spell slots.
Yes, it's an emergency thing.
Or if you can't use magic.
That's what he's saying.
So what is it? Is it import it onto your sheet?
It's effectively just the grease spell. So you can drag that on and say it's one use.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, Zerilius comes back in and says, "Okay, I'm all ready."
You're not coming with us.
Sorry,
did you not
didn't
hear?
you.
Did you not hear what we said to your dad?
Yeah, my dad's not coming, sure, but
yeah, you're not coming either.
All in favor of Zerilius coming? Raise your hand.
Nobody raises their hand.
I'm
all in favor of locking Zerilius in a room so he can't follow us. Raise their hand.
Yeah, I'm in support of
Look,
whatever.
I'm gonna go over to him and go, look, kid, you're great and everything, and I'm sure you'll be very, very useful, but you gotta remember, you're your dad's next in line. If you die, who's gonna look after the family? What did I just say to you?
Well, hold on, we're not royalty or anything, first of all.
Yes, but someone needs to take over the family business.
Well, that'd be Nerelia.
Well, yeah,
Narrowly,
but from the whole sorcery sort of perspective, you're the next male with those talents. Other than me, but I don't count.
You're talking about continuing the bloodline.
Look, just no one else is coming, okay? We got our team. Yeah. You are staying here. Can we please just get on with this now?
In fact, I have got a task for you, Zerilius. And he's gonna back them over just so they can whisper this.
Okay.
Right. You need to prepare for the race. Because if I feel you're ready and can definitely win when we get back, then there's a good chance I'll let you race, but we will want to split the winnings. Because we need them to deal with the dragon problem. I feel that's a better use of your talents for the time being. Don't
All
you
right.
agree?
Yes. Okay, fine. I'll get my stuff ready for that. But I'm holding you to your word.
Yep. I gave my word that I would consider it.
In fact, how about this? I'll look after that medallion just in case you do die. You know, the one for the race?
To be
So-
fair, he
Yeah,
kind of
but-
needs, like, if you give him one now and then Kashan's one when we come back.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah, that's actually a good point because only if both of us go missing do you get to race. So I'll give you mine, and
All right.
when we get back, we'll give you Kashan's.
All right, half
Assuming-
an hour, half later
Hey,
kind
when
of thing.
did I agree to this?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I
bye.
just sort of go, and I just sort of call out, but like purposely quiet. Assuming he agrees to give it to you.
There we go.
Oh, don't go.
Did I hear winnings?
Right.
Yeah, that's to be discussed en route.
Okay.
Let's get going quick before these pirates.
Should the three of us that are going as the distraction go ahead first,
Yes.
so that we're not all seen leaving together, just in case they are watching the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to leave 3 first, then
Yep.
3 after?
Yep. And we'll, I guess, take one of. We'll of course have got the disguises ready. We'll have got the Leah from the shop before we leave and stuff. But we are, or from the storage, whichever. I'm just going to say we probably found one in the storage at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to head there, probably in one of the small boats, because we're obviously not going to take the massive airship in this case. Because
We're actually gonna boat it though.
well, we are. How you get there is your business.
And just like with Kashan, just like, why do we always get lumped together?
I don't know. I think it's a personality clash.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to lump us together last time, and we had to argue out of it. Which, to be fair, worked out for the best because Irina was able to save Carius's dad. But
This is very true. The one thing I'm happy about is that
No,
they packed these
you're not.
lunches for us.
I don't mean to roll that.
The food here is incredible.
Oh,
There's
Food is
something
definitely
wrong.
a highlight of the Claude Coast. Okay.
There's another thing wrong with my sheet. No, I'll fix it.
when we make it round the corner, that's when
What's
we
wrong
should
with it?
pop out the chessboard.
It's for some reason, and I think I got this at one point as a temporary thing. I
Is it
appear to have additional spell slots that I shouldn't have.
Oh, also, if Kashan is doing this,
Oh, yeah.
if Kashan is doing the sneaky thing,
No idea how you did that.
would it be
Yeah, I feel
wise?
like I
For,
did something to it, but yeah.
would it be
would it be
wise for Andy to do her doot thing? I assume I don't know what type of bard she is, but I assume that all bards can give inspiration.
Yes.
Well,
But that only
yeah,
lasts
I
10
can-
minutes.
I can do that.
it only
Yeah.
lasts 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Mm.
You can also
You
use it.
literally have to use it in that 10 minutes.
You can also use it for psychic damage.
I mean, I could technically sneaky the inspiration when she starts performing to one of you
Oh.
If they're in the same room.
if they're in the same room. Yeah.
Because we don't want Kashan getting caught.
Okay.
I am going to invisibility Kashan before going as well. Just thinking whatever's best to make him.
All right. So, firstly, you guys reconvene outside the port, and you're making your way along the coast. And you do come to the similar shipwreck you found before. And, well, and passing by that, you know that you're getting close at this point. And if you wanted to make your actions and such now is probably the best time.
So yes.
Brisset is leading the way right now.
So I will, once we're like around the corner ready to go in, I'll get ready to pop an invisibility on Kashan. And then I'll
Well,
start.
yeah, I mean, which way are you going first?
Well, that's the thing. Are we going? I assume we're going the normal way
Along the bridge.
because that's the way in. Unless Kashan can fit down a chimney and burn his ass off on the fire. But then if you take damage, I believe it breaks invisibility.
Right.
So ideally not.
No, you don't take damage and lose invisibility. It's only if you deal damage.
It's down to Kashan. Which way is he sneaking in?
So you got
Kashan
two ways.
hasn't been in.
Yeah, you got two ways. You've got one, you would need to somehow shrink yourself and go down a chimney, or two, there's the main entrance, clearly a like tunnel inside the actual wall, or there's a third way, which you can only assume, which might be the ship that's jutting out of the actual wall itself. Right now, like you're walking straight around the bridge and into the eyes of all these pirates right now. This is why I'm asking you, what do you guys do? You walk around here, you're going to get spotted by the lookout immediately.
Here is the way to figure it out. Kashan, have you got the ability to shrink yourself?
Yeah. No, of course not.
then you're gonna have to sneak through the front.
Oh, Chris, by the way, gonna need you to relog.
I'm fine.
Yeah, no, but I'm unable to connect to the server.
Oh, yeah, mine's just pooped out as well.
Is that why the map is grey for me?
Yeah.
Bizarre. I'm having no issues on my end.
Yep.
But I can close it if you want.
Reload issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Technical difficulties. Is that? Oh, it's back.
Slight technical difficulties, everyone, but just consider it part of the excitement. Not sure how, but you know.
All right, you're back.
So if I'm invisible, I
Uh-huh.
could effectively just walk out in front of the eyes of the pirates.
Yeah.
So long as it's not any drow.
So
Provided they can't see through that sort of thing.
I don't believe they can, otherwise they would have spotted my familiar instantly. Yeah, so if we're not doing anything else to Kashan, I'll pop invisibility on him. I'll step next to Brizzy with the dragon chessboard and I'll use it. And then Kashan can pick it up.
Who's going in the chessboard?
Just me and Brizzy, I guess.
Okay. Sure. All right, Kashan, you pick up the chessboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I explained to Brizzy the 4 move when to get out of you.
Okay. And then, Kashan, you're invisible now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a stealth check. And what are the other 3 of you doing?
Well, Carius is heading just straight forward just sort of looking around, trying to pretend to be a bit nervous, trying not to be quite as sort of brash and confident as he is, and just sort of go, I'm sure it's around here somewhere.
Okay.
Brave forward with this.
And Irina and Andy?
We're with Carius, so we're walking behind him because obviously we're the entertainment, we're the performance.
Sure. Okay. All right, Kishan, what did you get? 18. You've got advantage, by the way.
Oh yeah, because you're invisible.
Okay.
Ah,
No.
18.
18.
18. Cool. That's a very perceptive pirate. There is, of course, a lookout. So they're looking out. My goodness. I thought 18. I thought you'd be rolling high on that one. Did you roll 3? Ooh. Ooh, okay, cool. Right. Well, I know you rolled an 8. Deal. All right. So the 3
I
lookouts,
did.
you are always actively.
I rolled it in at 18.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Just rolled a 19.
Yeah.
So as you're approaching, the lookout doesn't notice you, and nor does the second lookout. But as you're coming around the planks, you kind of start to hear a squeaking under your feet. And although the 2 lookouts haven't spotted you, you can hear these floorboards are incredibly rickety. All of this is makeshift. And as you're going to the stairs, you can just hear this.
I'm going to stop and kind of listen and hear if I see if I can hear any footsteps beyond me.
You do. You hear a set of footsteps, heavy thuds. And then suddenly you see a pirate with a very large beard, the smell of alcohol fresh from his fresh from his breath, and he looks down the set of stairs, almost expectantly, like waiting, like, huh? And he kind of squints his eyes and then ruffles his beard, and he's looking down at the ship. He's like, "We're not expecting a delivery, are we?" And then you just hear the reply, like, "No, why?" He steps back a moment. Someone's here. He begins to pull out his sword. Didn't you say the other day that they were like invisible folk coming inside?
I'm going to be chalking up my hands.
Can Carius hear that from where he is?
Roll a perception check. See if you can. No, you cannot. I can't believe that's your third
But
one.
like we're not hiding, we're just approaching. So can't they see us? Because I mean the brightly coloured costumes.
Yeah,
At this point, yeah, this guy can. He's looking over the edge of this boat, and as you're coming around, like literally this side right here, he says, he actually rings a little bell on the ship and says, "We got incoming."
Carius
And
hears and looks up and he says, "Oh, are you the rusty cutlasses? Scimitar?
What are
Sorry.
you doing? Who are you?"
The name's Carius, and I'm here to speak with whoever's in charge. I've brought some entertainment for you. Heard you might be looking for some entertainers. You know, keep up the troop morale and all that.
What the bloody hell? You're not even. This is supposed to be a secret hideout. I don't know Who tipped you off?
Oh, really? I just heard it from some guy in town that there were some pirates out here that wanted entertainment, so that's why we came.
From who?
Second. What was his name? I think his name was Kairu, I think.
Roll a deception check.
You now want me again. Oh, thank God. That was close, though.
Bounced around a bit. Never heard of him.
Oh, well, he's heard of you. You must be I'm guessing you're famous. We're here to
alright.
so
Yeah, more like infamy than famous, but
oh, it's the same. I mean, it's reputation either way.
sure.
And
What do we do with him? And he calls this out to the scout on the other side. And they look like they've got a bow and arrow trained on the stairs right now where you are, Kashan. Yeah, hold on a moment. Ask them if they're how many there are and if they're alone. And he calls out and asks that.
Just the three of us. Got myself as sort of the manager role, and then we've got my two lovely performers here.
I wave.
And he gives a little wave. And who else told you that? Who else knows about our hideout here?
Well, to be honest, that guy Kairu was just. I'm assuming there'd be like a pub or something in the town.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Honestly, he was in the pub just being like, yeah, everyone, the Rusty Scimitars, they love entertainment. If you can entertain them, they'll love you and they'll like lavish you with treasure and like maybe even let you join their crew. So that's why we're here.
All right, hold on. Let me get a captain. He'll know what to do with you. And you hear him stamp twice on the floorboards. And you do see someone comes to the edge of the boat. And he leans over. And he's got this brutish-looking face. He's got a horned helmet. This is definitely a bugbear, if ever you saw one. And as he leans over the balustrade, he's like, "Entertainment, you say? Well." He looks you over, and Karis, you're a blue tiefling, right?
Yep.
He says, "Well then, come on in."
Yep. Karis is like... Karis is just like, should have disguised myself, but how do you hide the horns?
Are you sure, Captain? I thought we were supposed to be on the lookout for any blue teeth. No, shut up. We're hospitable people, and we have plenty of booze to go around.
Oh no.
Oh, have you got any by the Steinhammers? Some of my favourite.
Steinhammers, aye, that we do. We'll have a flagon, 3 flagons poured for you right away. Come up a bit.
Yep.
And,
Can I is this guy literally on to carry us because he's literally a blue tiefling?
yeah, you can roll an inside check.
Karis is just like, okay.
10.
Yeah. Okay. To be honest, Karis is probably aware of this, but he's kind of got a lie ready for this.
I literally just want to use the thing like, oh yeah, I've been told that my sister, there was a blue tiefling scene taken here. I've come to bargain. I've brought 2 entertainers so we can have entertainment while we talk it out. That would have been more sensible.
Yes. Yeah. Karis has his plans.
Well, with a 10, he doesn't seem to be necessarily telling any lies or anything like that. He's quite openly hospitable, but you also know that you just broke out a blue tiefling, and a blue tiefling shows up.
Mm-hmm.
You might know that he knows, but
I'm going to stay in character. I'm just going to smile, wave, and give a little curtsy before we start heading in.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Right. Does Karis have that spell? Please have that spell.
As for Kushan, you're stood at the bottom of the steps, and this pirate still has his cutlass out, wondering,
I'm just going
And then
to kind of like push myself as close to the side, or even if I can get under the stairs as possible. And I've just got my hand kind of like in my chalk ready.
Okay. All right. The bandit suddenly puts his cutlass away, seeing these three, and he says, right, yes, follow right this way. And he looks back down the stairs for just a moment, like leaning over, questioningly, frowns, and then he leads the group on.
Yep. See, that was what I was meaning to go for, and then I just completely fluffed it, so I had to go for it with what I was doing. So now I'm just going with this.
Yeah, it's be more interesting this way.
I don't own any tokens for vision in this scene. I suppose
You do now.
Now I do.
Akashan, I'm just going to put you there for now.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys are led around here. The door is... There's a knock on the door. And that a moment later, you do hear the drow comes over the door and opens it up. You do hear a number of locks kind of being undone. This heavy oaken door is swung, and you're entering in. Kashan, you're at the end of this tunnel, if you wanted to be, or are you hiding under the stairs?
So I can push up through the tunnel.
Okay. You see the door being opened, everyone's being led through, and it looks like the drow looks down the tunnel afterwards, and then is about to close the door.
I don't
Door
I
closes.
can't stop it. Yeah.
Okay. The door closes, and you hear a latch, a chain.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'll go back out.
Okay. All right, no problem. We can leave you on the other map for now. It's all good. Can track you down to...
What were you expecting for me to just charge past him? It's like, oh, me too.
No, just giving up.
I thought you were gonna like follow the footsteps of walking with them.
Oh yeah,
Something
I'm
like
invisible,
that.
aren't I?
You're forgetting that Kashan was once a master thief, okay? He can get through a door.
He's
Yeah.
invisible. He forgot he was invisible.
So, Cam, I'm just gonna leave you on this scene because this is where you are. You're basically back at the end of the tunnel here. Okay.
Where's that entrance, by the way? As in this one here.
Yeah, by the what?
Do you mean the one that Irina used last time?
This way. The water that comes in from the south.
Yeah, because they can
Oh, right. Okay.
So you can water walk.
You could do that. You don't know where that leads because, quite frankly, you're not on that map, so you wouldn't have eyes on it. But if you want to look for another way where you are, you could try. I'm going to leave you on this map, though, for now. Okay. As for the rest of you guys... Sorry, Cam. Well, actually, you're going to need to be here anyway because of the other eyes. All right, anyway. The drow lead you in, and you hear another door open up. And of course, inside you can see the raucous amount of pirates all round tables, drinking from their steins, clinking them together, sloshing drinks all over the floor. There is a air of merriment about them, but seeing the drow kind of lead you guys in doesn't seem to disturb them or anything.
As they're walking, can Karish try to almost like surreptitiously look about to see if he can spot his sister? Because if what they suspect is true and she's not a prisoner but a guest, then potentially might be able to see her in this crowd.
You look around this crowd. It doesn't appear that she is present within this chamber.
Okay.
And as you're like taking in the sights, there's like a set of gnolls around one table, set of grung around the other. There's an orc and an elf. There's bugbears by the bar, and looks to be like a lizard folk barkeep as well. He's like pouring drinks, and he's currently pouring like 3 large drinks for you guys right now. And you hear the bandit behind you say, "Go on, make yourselves comfortable." And
I look to my 2 guests. Right, before we get down to business, Nahia, Irina, why don't you give them a little bit of a demonstration whilst I talk to our friend here?
Give me, everyone here, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a performance.
Insight.
Finally, a good roll.
Okay,
Wow, Irina, that's a really bad roll.
as you're looking around the room, trying to keep an eye on Saza or wherever she might be, you look around and your eyes are drawn backwards the way you came, and you see the two the 2 pirates who led you in here. The pirate is beckoning over the drow, and he kind of goes over and whispers, "Sorry." And although you can't quite hear their words, you might have if I said that. It looks like they're up to something nonetheless. And they're trying to say this behind your back. And Andy, you can hear this as well. The drow then walks away. But the other pirate seems to just sort of follow up behind you guys. Well, drink up. These are your ales.
Yeah.
As the captain promised.
Yeah.
I will not drink the ale.
I just sort of
Neither will I.
I just sort of smile and go, well, before we get down to the niceties of the drinks, how about my 2 lovely ladies here give you a bit of a demonstration whilst you and me talk business?
Of course. He says, take the stage.
There's a stage here?
Yeah, up there. He kind of points to the ladder. Actually, there's also one up there, I guess.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's maps confusion.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, whilst they're getting set up, how about we take a short break?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll be right back.
Cool.
Alrighty, welcome back. So, the sort of a flip around. You have the distraction who's in deep, and the stealthy team locked outside. So, resuming right there, you guys are about to perform your sing and dance. So you can choose where to perform this. If you want to be on top of the kegs or in the front of the
We're
fireplace.
currently. I've got the ship screen at the moment, the outside.
Yeah. That's where you put it. I mean, let me get back.
Cool. I think it needs to be in front of the fireplace.
Yes.
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 That fits. Like Carius
Who's
is
moving? What? Don't touch Irina, for God's sake.
Carius is going to be having a conversation whilst this entertainment is going on.
Right.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. So Andy and Irene, you set up your little stools and play your instruments. Give me a performance check.
First of all,
So Andy's
start?
gonna get her lyre. She likes to call it a lyre. And she starts saying, "Let us tell you the tale of the hero of the sun and moon. We join him in at his lowest moment as his best friend tries to bring his spirit with a song." And she's like playing her lyre at the same time.
so do we want to do a line each? You do the first one, I'll do the next one.
Yep.
Okay.
I think you guys will enjoy this.
We did this on the break, all right?
Yep.
We'll go first one.
Hence why the break was needed, I guess.
We're not going to actually sing this though, because no.
We don't want to injure anybody's ears, so we're not going to sing it. We're going to read it.
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Kishan.
Looking so down in the dumps,
Every guy here love to be you, Kishan.
even when taking your punch.
There's no man in town as admired as you.
You're everyone's favorite guy,
Everyone's more than inspired by you.
and it's not very hard to see why.
Do we want to do the other bit?
Yeah.
Okay. No one's slick as Kishan.
No one's quick as Kashan.
No one's punches is as incredibly strong as Kashan.
Well, there's no man in town half as manly.
Perfect, a pure paragon.
You can ask any bard, rogue, or ranger.
And they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on.
And then it just goes on.
Hmm. Amazing.
We're trying to do this loud enough so we can give Kashan inspiration, by the way.
Loud enough. Oh my goodness. He's
I
somewhere
very
No, I
much
guess
appreciated
got
that.
It's funny as well because you're trying to give Kashan inspiration, but he never made it in, so he's too far.
We don't know that.
No, we don't know that. No.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Roll a performance check, or one of you with advantage, and we'll see if
Well,
you get them to be so damn into this song that they might continually repeat it, and if he hears it when he comes in, was one of them singing it.
So that's one
Oh god.
with advantage.
Yeah, it is advantage. Hey,
26.
that's better. Cool. So Irina making a great partner in this and reading line for line. You start to get the crowd cheering, the crowd like slamming their mugs on the tables, and even the grung begin like backup vocals as well. And
Chris, sing the grunt backup vocals. Do it.
oh, no one's stronger than Kashan. No one's as fast as Kashan. Who is this Kashan?
But after the Kashan song, it'll sort of carry on, but that's when I'll sort of like start doing like the fire situation. Like, you know, create bonfire in the fireplace just to make it go for the big finale and stuff.
Love it. Yes, the fireplace roars up, and everyone starts getting to their feet and dancing, singing along. Everyone seems to be rather into this, and except for Carius, you're perhaps trying to focus on the task at hand, keeping an eye out for whoever might be, or wherever Saza might be.
Yeah.
At this point, you would see where is he? The captain coming stomping down, and he hears this ruckus, and he's like, "What is all that noise? Someone's happy." And he comes in and says, "Ah, yes, a blue tiefling. You said your name was Carius, didn't you?"
Yep, and as I promised, entertainment.
Good. Glad we're keeping this cordial.
Yeah.
Now, what can I do for you?
Well, now, see, that's the thing. I wanted to keep this on the down low, so not to, cause too much of a stir, but I'm clearly a blue tiefling, so you can probably guess one of the reasons I might be here.
He doesn't acknowledge that statement, but he does grab a hold of the two drinks Andy and Irina didn't, and he's just downing both mugs like.
Yeah.
That doesn't look
So,
good. Don't give that. Anyway.
So, I've heard that. Well, I've just got back to the Claude Coast myself from doing a bit of travel across to Midra. Is it Midra? The other continent? Yeah. To
All the way out there.
Yeah, and I came back and heard tales that my sister had gone walkabouts and she'd been seen around this area. So I thought I'd come have a look, provide some entertainment, show that, I'm not here for a scrap or anything like that.
Right.
Just trying to be a good big brother.
Yeah, I understand that.
If she's not here, then I'll waste my time, but at least you got some entertainment out of it, so.
Well, you're welcome here in my abode while you try and find her. Can't think what would have happened to her, though. The seas can be a very treacherous place.
That is true. I mean, have you ever heard of the Moor?
No. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's this absolutely gargantuan whirlpool. It's kind of got like teeth of stone, and water in it, and it's absolutely massive. It honestly looks like some giant creature dug a massive hole in the ocean itself, and it's just trying to fill it up, but it never can quite do so. Sucks everything in, but we managed to escape just with a little bit of luck, a bit of canny sailing. I'm sure you know about canny sailing, Captain.
That I do. Many a wave has tried to tame Captain Brewdunk here, but here I stand.
And you look fantastic for it, Captain. Exactly
yes, my fur's never been fuzzier.
It is good. I'm guessing you condition?
Yeah, like a salt solution.
God damn it, Lamella.
Now,
that will be our next song.
I'm not the only captain here, however. There's another who might want to work with you. And he's coming down right now.
That sounds good to me. Technically, there'd be 3 captains, then I also captain a ship, but, probably nowhere near as fine a ship as yours, or...
This gruff-looking pirate comes around. He's got a bandana covering most of his head, and a frizzly, kind of wiry black beard. You see he's got actually a peg leg as well, and you can hear his boot thunk, and then the thunk as the wood hits the planks. And he's got a rather grim face on his expression. He's just like, what are we gonna do with you?
Have an arm wrestling contest. Karax just suggests it's like a random idea.
What's the wager?
Information? The winner gets to ask the loser one question defined before the arm wrestle.
Well, let me handle this one, Captain Zick. I think old Brewdunk here is probably better suited for an arm wrestle.
The hell is the random text that just appeared then?
That was this guy talking in common. So that's Brewdunk right there.
Alright,
But everyone's talking in their stupid languages right now. Llewellyn, do you intend to be speaking in whatever language you're speaking, or have you not realized that yet?
That's showing as normal writing for me. It's
Oh,
only
that's because you speak it as well.
Wait, what?
Llewellyn, what language are you speaking right now?
I've got it in common, set as common.
That's not common.
What?
Most definitely not common.
I don't know what's going on.
How do you even change that?
Okay, I've added a little
Oh wait,
If you
yeah,
look in the chat box, it says language, and you can switch it to your actual languages you speak, so that when you type it in, it comes up as.
It's only coming up as common for me.
I'm hoping mine came out as weird text that time.
It did. What is going on?
Okay, so Llewellyn can only speak common. We've established this now.
Apparently.
You need to change your languages, Llewellyn, on your actual sheet.
Why have you done this?
It's a great add-on. Yeah, you have no languages. That's why.
Actually,
You need to set those.
actually, Carius seeing Brewdunk is just like, actually, you know what? I'm not going to be a fool in this case. Arm wrestling contest against one like you, probably not one I'm going to win.
Yeah, not a good chat.
So, how about a more even contest? And Carius looks about. How about a drinking contest?
You hear this, lads? Carius here. A tiefling thinks he can outdrink me. Well, that's even more ridiculous. But I'm still curious. What exactly do you get if you win?
Well, if you know the location of my sister, you tell me that. And if you don't, I'll take a small barrel of your finest ale, I guess.
And if I win?
What can I give you? Oh, this is going to be a tricky one. Well, if you win, I've been looking for a new crew. I was thinking maybe I could join you as a crew member.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal, actually. But tell you what, instead of me drinking, how about you go versus, and he points across the far room and to the grung table, and he goes, why don't you face Schlop Slap?
Can Carius roll to see what he knows about Grung to see if he would know if they have an edge in that sort of contest?
Yeah, roll me a nature check. Grung, they're frog. They're obviously amphibious. You know that much. I think that's all you would know about.
Okay.
You know that they can jump pretty far.
Yeah. Damn it, that's why. Just thinking out of character why he suggested that.
He's pointing out this very small little weedy frog. And by the way, these are only not tiny creatures, but they're small creatures. So their tokens are more like this.
Well.
Wait, there's a little frog on his feet. It's like Kermit.
Yeah. Well, I think as one captain to another, it should be a contest of captains, don't you?
Yeah, but that's not a fair match. Old Slop Slap over there. He's more like your level, we'll say. You can roll an insight check at this point.
Yep. I wish I had inspiration myself because insight's not my specialty. But
well, that's all good. You might actually get him anyway. No. Yeah, it sounds like he's been genuine. It sounds like he's actually giving you, a playing field and giving you a handicap.
See, Karis is considering that, and he's just like, well, The thing is, the information I want isn't with your froggy friend.
I will
or-
still give you the information. Should you?
Yeah, but
should
I
you
like. Yeah, the thing is, I like a real challenge, and you look like. You remind me of you remind me of this guy I met. He actually supposedly, this is what he said anyway, but he was a hell of a drinker, stole one of the Steinhammer's actual recipes and was using that as part of the contest. And he was a tough one. He took a while, but he was really like, God, he almost got me under the table. Like, I honestly don't know what he was planning with it, but you know. So,
All right. Fair enough. If you insist.
yeah.
Grab a stein
Yeah.
and
Besides,
hand us some shot. Let's go. Turn
Yep.
to the lizard folk. He's like,
right.
and he's like,
Can,
Flarkost.
can I, before this begins, can I subtly, while I'm playing, give him bardic inspiration?
Carius.
Yep.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. You can just give it to him as part of this song. You can even change halfway change the lyrics to Carius instead of Genshan.
It doesn't work with Carius, unfortunately. Not that particular song, anyway.
Too many songs.
As
Unfortunate tools.
as this is going on, as a would they be within range of me? Let's just see. Are they within 30 feet?
Well, of course, that means I've used
Nope.
it twice now.
In which case, Karis is just going to do this on himself. As he prepares to do this drink, he goes, well, let Ryla bless our drinks. And he is going to try to cast bless on himself, just sort of tap himself on have his hand in his pocket and just tap himself as the semantics. Technically, he doesn't need to because he's got Warcaster, so his tail probably just flicks. I'm trying to give myself all the edge I can.
Go ahead. You can use bless.
Yeah, so I have an extra 1d4.
Okay. And as he starts turning to the, says, Florcast, let's get those drinks rolling. And he starts to pour several drinks out of this large barrel. Whilst they're pouring drinks, see what Kashan got up to. Kashan,
Sweet, I have a plan.
let's see what you plan. Yeah, go for it.
So, first of all, I want to go back in.
Okay. You go down the tunnel.
Yep.
There is a locked door before you.
So, first of all, I just want to check the door over. Is it something that I could potentially attempt to unlock from this side?
From this side, no, not because it's got no keyhole. It has one of those, but you heard there was a number of bolts and chains on the other side, so it's going to be hard to get all of those, especially from this side. You might be able to pick the lock, but after you've done that, you're going to need to take the chain off. It's going to require some sort of tool and check as well, and you're going to need to somehow get the bolt. In fact, the bolt's probably the most awkward part.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to flatten myself against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. Tell me, how does your knock sound?
Well, I would have been following the map, so I would attempt to replicate the same one.
Okay. You may attempt.
Come off it, you can't even remember it, I bet.
Okay, I do, because I was knocking to a tune I remembered. But I'll tell you what, we'll go easy on you. Kashan, you can roll me an intelligence check to see if you remember the exact pattern of that knock.
That's a response on how it sounds when it's being unlocked. What am I doing? An intelligence check.
Yeah, please.
Come on. Hey!
You remember the knock like it's the back of your hand, which is what you're about to rap against the door. So you go knockety knock, knockaroo, and there's a little bit of hesitation at the end, and but nonetheless, you do hear the bolts beginning to open. The chain lifted off its latch. Then you hear the key as it's being inputted into the door. And
I go into my bag and I first of all dust my hands, and second of all I pull out a copper piece.
Okay. And the moment you open the door, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
What? Why?
Yep. There's a drow on the other side, and he goes, "Fosus!" And you see a load of glitter explode from his hands.
But I'm against the side of the wall, so literally, I'm here, door is there, I knock on the door and hide back.
And fairy fire hits in a area radius. It explodes outwards from that area. So it's gonna hit you regardless. But you need to roll a dex save. You hiding might, if you pass the dex save, that might be exactly as you just mentioned. You might be able to do it.
Oh my god!
No.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
luckily I've dusted
you
my
hide
hands.
up against the door, and you think you've got out of the way of the blast, and then suddenly it's like a glitter bomb that kind of lands, and it keeps expanding and expanding, and it just coats your entire front in purple glitter, and you're like glowing brightly. You're like blinking, and it's all in your eyes. And you're like, "Ah, God!"
Cool.
And of course, the drow immediately sees you.
And I lunge forward.
Roll initiative. It's good to go.
God damn it! My plan was working.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You just can't have it any other way.
I was trying to handle this.
You hear very loud music at this point, Kishan. Give me a perception check.
I'm not gonna bother.
No, you might hear something.
I'm not gonna bother.
You might hear for inspiration. That's what he's saying. If you hear the
Yeah. You hear the sound of your name being chanted repeatedly, and you're inspired.
Beautiful.
Kershak, Kershak, Kershak.
There you go. All right, man. If only the DC on this was like, what was it? I mean, a familiar managed to dodge out of the way of it.
Well, it's
like
like for
DC
some
13.
montage shit right here.
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's go. Let's get this out of the way because it's gonna be a solo combat.
It was actually DC 11. You only for one. That's
Oh my god,
it's so bad. Okay, at the top of the round.
Deck save, evasion.
Yes, but
that's
it's not
only on attack. That's only on damage rolls.
Ah. Okay.
Also, like, the minute he opened the door, would he not have heard that?
That's a good point. Would you have got the inspiration in time to be able to use it on the saving throw?
I'm going to say afterwards, because now, like, you're in combat effect. No, I'm going to say it's gone. It's gone. We're already in combat. It's happening. Krishan, you are low on the turn order as well. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they suspected something like this would be going down. From your failed check from earlier, they've all been high alert. And they knew something was up, and he got tipped off by the other bandit. They run forward with their crossbows, and you can see that they've got them set up on these little balconies here. One of them aims down the corridor straight towards you.
Perfect.
And fires it.
Disadvantage.
Sure,
It misses anyway.
Okay. And then two more bandits did the same. They line up along here, and you've kind of got like a mini firing squad right here. Cool. Oh yeah, disadvantage. Well, natural one.
There's been a lot of those today.
Oh, do they shoot each other?
Oh, they're firing at something. It's not good. But these
this
the
guy
drow
is right in front of them.
It's sort of an angle, yeah. More like the drow, if anyone, because those bolts are soaring over his head and then into this. Tell you what, I see you're grasping at straws here, but this drow can roll a deck save. Get out the way of this. Okay. One of the crossbow bolts does hit him at 3 points of piercing damage. He's like, what were you aiming those? And he says, it's too bright. You could have picked a different color. Yeah, I'm sensitive to purple.
I'm sensitive to purple. Well, then again, the Green Lantern's weakness was the color yellow, so
Useless.
He says to the drow who occasionally are depicted with purple.
Says, ugh. The drow immediately goes forward and tries to. Why is he running forward? Gonna die if he does that. He's gonna run round, running away from you. He's done his duty, and he's gonna kick open this door, and he's gonna dash as well.
He was within 10 feet of me, wasn't he?
Well, he was opening the door here.
Oh, perfect.
So,
attack of opportunity.
Go ahead.
$27 to hit, and Sentinel kicks in. He does not move this turn.
Yeah, of course. Okay, he's gonna turn and try to short sword you instead.
Perfect. Disadvantage.
Okay.
Miss.
Ooh. Okay. So he swings wildly at you, and he turns around to the others, and he says, "Go alert them. The rusty scimitars are being invaded." And it's your turn.
Cool. First attack with my staff. And second attack.
Yeah, in that moment when he turns around, you just whap him around the back of the head. He is unconscious.
Cool. And I'm going to dash forward. Oh, would that have been the first strike that knocked him unconscious, or both?
Yeah, the first.
Gotcha. No worries. So I'm going to sprint across, and I want to try running across these pegs here.
Okay. Those are spikes, but yeah.
Oh, they're spikes. Oh, fuck that then. Okay.
No, there are these though. You can jump from the one banister to the other one.
Well,
it's like a 10-foot jump. But...
how do I do it so I can path it out again?
Oh, so grab your click your token.
Yeah.
And then hold down Control. And then you can bring out a little. Yeah, that's the one. And then if you click, just left click, you can make it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And then once you're done with that, you can press spacebar.
35, 55. Well, I can get to all of them. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
How do I get up? There we go. Perfect. Right. So, god damn it. Okay. So I sprint to this first one.
All right.
And that is going to be my second strike with the bow staff. So that's the 30 to hit.
That knocks him out as well.
Cool. Perfect. Third, flurry of blows.
Okay. Yep.
13?
Still a hit.
13. 6 points of damage.
Okay, he's still alive.
Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Uh-oh.
You've got your hands dusted.
He's got the fairy chalk. And wow, he's pretty. I mean, it's all that drinking he's been doing, so.
Yeah, that survives. Cool.
Maybe he's already stunned from the alcohol, but who knows?
Okay.
Either way,
my last one.
Okay. Oh god, no!
Bye.
You're like this in tiny pressure point, and he's like, "You trying to tickle me?" Or he's just knocked out.
And then
he holds up to the legend that is the song.
Yeah, and then the last one.
It's like up against the wall. Like, wait, are you Kashan? You're just a squid. You're just thrown. It's like the legend say.
This is the part where you run away.
He's freaking out. He's the only one left. Okay,
It's my turn.
That's your go. Yeah.
In fact, I'll just kind of like take a step aside and just.
Yeah, he was ordered to go warn the others and let everyone know. But everyone's unconscious around him. I think his best move is to like use like healing word or something. Yeah, he's not a caster. He's gonna
Sentinel.
Alright,
I'd bring the bow staff round. Yeah, no.
You know when someone opens the door and someone shoves someone behind you, like from behind, as you're going to open it, you go pushing into the door yourself. You effectively just pulled the door into his own head. He's stunned for a moment. He's unable to get away from you because he's pinned up against the door. And
I just kind of like look around and just like open my bag where the chessboard is and like, I think that went well. Just close it back.
A moment later, and he realizes he's actually unconscious, and he slides down the door.
So I'll just go and quickly check through. I'm assuming there's going to be like a keyhole over here, and I'll check the one where he was unconscious.
In fact,
just to
the
make
door's
sure.
so rickety, there's gaps in the wood, and you can see a little fiery light coming through. And as you peek open, you see Andy and Irina opposite you. No, but you can see through anyway.
Cool.
And the two performers are singing your praises right now.
I'm just like, and I will gather all of the bodies one by one, and I'm just gonna yeet them into this boat.
Right.
And I try and find a tarp or like the mat or something if all else fails, and just cover it.
Yeah, sure. There's like a tablecloth. You just like. In fact,
everything just stays still.
Yeah, let's see if you can get. Let's see if you can do the little.
No. I am either taking it off, taking it off bit by bit. No.
Take a while, for sure. You eventually get the rug and place it over the whole little boat.
Now,
and that was just the first 6 seconds.
Yeah.
It doesn't count as getting caught if the alarm's not raised. So technically you're doing your job.
You are no longer invisible though.
That's fine.
Wait. Yes, you are. Hold on. I'm trying to think because Fairy Fire is an odd one.
No, but he's used an action. The
Oh,
action.
He went into combat, so it's dropped.
Unless you're no longer invisible.
Okay, so I'll open this door and peek through here.
Okay. Give me a little
Stealth
perception check if you're peeking.
It's not a day for the
Well, it's not great. There's a lot of sound that's kind of drowning out most of what you're trying to hear. But what you can see, however, is there are 2 doors, one to your immediate right, and then another. It's a little bit further on, up a wooden planking.
Okay.
And a tunnel to your left. But no one seems to be in this area.
So I'll just sneakily come over to this door here and peek in.
Okay. This seems to lead into a tunnel further into the actual cave system, perhaps. But there are lights perhaps on along the way, like sconces for torches.
Okay, I'll do a quick scout of the area.
Okay. You start to see it leads further and further around, and eventually it comes to a small bridge. And at the very end of the tunnel, you can see that there is a drow guarding it. And you might want to give me a stealth check. Because these guys are on.
Has anybody seen Inglorious Bastards by any chance?
Yes.
I'd picture the scene just towards the end with the two guys and the guards at the box of the theatre.
Oh, God.
That's
right,
what
yeah.
I'm thinking right now. Okay. Right. How far away is that?
70 foot, roughly.
Yeah, I could do it. I'll quickly roll a stealth check regardless.
Okay. Okay.
Where was that earlier?
You peek around the corner and then you quickly duck back, noticing that he is looking directly down the corridor and even has his hand on his sword as well. And he's kind of like looking down the corridor.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Do I just balls to the walls it?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What would Kashan do?
Yeah.
His
Really?
task is to scout out and get the sister out.
Yeah, we're in the chessboard. We can't give you advice.
Well, this seems to be away, so I guess if
Mhm.
they were to keep it anywhere, it would be deeper within the cave rather than in the place where they hang out.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not? 6 seconds. I'm gonna attempt to sprint headlong into this guy and try and fuck him up before he can even think about what hit him.
Okay. All right. As soon as you come around the corner, your stealth will be up. So I'm going to have you guys just roll another initiative check. Just you and him. Oh, we got 21.
Got this. You got this.
I got
Oh,
24.
So yeah, you come around the corner, he's like, and he's trying to undo his sword and the clasp.
So yeah, I just.
Sprint up. He's running.
Oh wait, what?
I have to move the token at the same pace. Anyway, go ahead. You've got him pretty much. Roll an attack.
So yeah, I just bolt up. And... oh, bye.
So fast, you nearly overshot.
1, 2.
Okay, he rushes up to the door, and you over the bridge almost in one step, and you get to the back of him as he's trying to undo a door by the looks, and this door looks doesn't look like the rickety ones you've been seeing before. It looks well made, and it looks like it's flat up against the rock. If anything, you would guess it's the ship of it's like the door of a large ship. And you can even see the planks of wood going along the sides like the boards would be on the outside of a ship.
Oh, this is gonna come out to where we came in.
And you hear him like thud thud, and his body slides up against the door.
I've really got to stop hitting people against the door. I would have thought he'd kind of sideswipe him with the bow staff and he'd go against the rock.
Either way, there's a very loud thud noise as his body finally does collapse.
Even with that stealth check?
That was to just peek around the corner.
Okay.
Without
You need to maybe pad your staff so it's a bit it doesn't hit.
silence.
Yeah, silence your staff.
Okay, so I'll move him out of the way and I'll kind of check the. I rolled a d20.
Yeah, that's for me.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. So yes, you're up against this door. This door doesn't look like it's locked.
Okay, I'm gonna have a peek through.
Okay. There's no keyhole for it, so you'd have to open it up if you wanted to look through.
Can I check for traps?
Yeah, you can. Roll in a perception or an investigation check. And we'll change the
Definitely
music slightly.
perception. 24.
Okay. You look around the outside, so it doesn't appear to be, but you do hear something on the other side of the door, and as you put your ear to it, it sounds like just like a sound of a chair, someone getting up from it, as someone pulling it up from the table. You hear maybe what sounds like the slosh of a bottle, and then you hear like 2 light footsteps.
I quickly pick up this guy, bring him over to this post here, and I kind of like prop him up.
Oh, Weekend at Bernie's style.
And then I hide behind this little like alcove here.
Okay. You wait for a good moment. About 10 seconds pass, and the body slumps.
I kind of get my stuff just like no.
You try and save him, and he's like leaning back up. He starts to slump again. But the door doesn't open during all of this time while you're playing around with the body.
Alright, I'll drag the body over to this corner there and then just slump him up against the wall.
And you slump him, he starts to slump down the other way. He's a slumpy one.
It's literally that bit entangled where she's trying to get him into the wardrobe.
I pull out the item that I have not used this entire campaign.
Okay.
And I'll pull out my pigments.
Nice.
And
What are
I
you
will
painting?
paint a teeny tiny hole. Like just so I can look through, but it's not like obvious.
Happy little cloud. Okay.
Exactly.
You as you poke the paintbrush to the door, you feel it like almost push through. Like it doesn't actually press into the door. You realize that the black ink is creating a hole as you are painting it, and pull the paintbrush out from the door, and you've made a hole straight all the way through. And yes, you can peek through. Inside is the interiors of a captain's quarters. There is a table laden with maps and nautical navigation tools, and there is a chair. There's several chairs in this room, and one of them is pushed away from the table, and there looks to be a large bottle of perhaps maybe wine, and there's also a glass. There's 2 glasses, in fact. Both of them seem to be half empty-ish. And as you trying to look around the rest of the room, there are a few shelves and such, but that's all you see. You don't see any entities in here.
This is
Even
all
though you swear you heard someone just a moment ago.
I knock on the door.
Yes. This is all you. All you.
And I wanna hold an action to thwack whoever's on the other side.
The door doesn't open. Still no sign of who's inside.
I kind of go to the hole that I made.
Yep.
And I get a copper piece.
Okay.
And I roll it in.
Okay.
So it kind of like
Is
rolls
it-
on its side and goes across the room.
Yeah, and then into the room and then falls
Yeah.
across. Yeah, okay. As soon as you do that, the door swings wide open. And let me grab a token real here. Real quick.
Oh.
Is it
And I need you to roll another initiative check against this guy. Because, man, hold on. Let me get you guys on there.
Oh god, they've
The
got
captain.
3 captains.
Yeah, oh, maybe.
Oh
Okay.
shit, is it another bugbear?
Nope. You see a very lean
Oh.
human male, and he's got these tied back braids. And you see he's got his bare chest.
We literally said at the beginning, it's like, oh, you get all these burly buff captains. Where's the suave human one? There he is. Called
There
it.
he is. Okay. He's like, don't worry, I've got him. And you see he's about to bring around a bow staff as well, funnily enough. And Kashan, you're able to go first before this happens. You swung the door open. who's behind like the door, effectively. As he
Okay.
swings it around, he's about to like knock you around the head with it.
Okay, so parry, burst
Mm.
up back.
Oh no! He parries you back with equal depth.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you're up
spin
for
it
attack?
around and kind of like bring it around my back and try and clock him around the head.
Okay, you can roll a second attack.
Hey.
26 does hit. Yeah.
Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
No.
Not like this.
I am the only monk.
Oh my god!
And he's like, by the 17th, he's fucked. And he just stuck him around the cheek, like leaving a massive bruise on him. And then you immediately hear a voice from the other side of the door, as if they were literally side by side on the door. And you hear a voice like, "No, please, don't hurt him! Don't hurt him!" Introducing Sazza, the blue tiefling who has got this. Yes, all right. He's called this 100%, even before I even hinted it. Oh no, that's the first hint. Yes, she is wearing this kind of seafaring outfit, and she's got a bottle of wine in her hands, and it looks like she was ready to hit you around the head with it, but she drops it and it hits the floor, kind of rolls away, and yeah, she's protesting. Please don't hurt him. He's not like the others.
You must be the person that we're looking for.
You are?
A friend of your brother's.
Great. Then I'm sorry. And she picks up the wine bottle again and goes to swing. And just at that moment, as she's swinging, what do you do, Kashan? Do you try and like parry and block it out of the way?
Yeah, so I still have my flurry of blows. In fact, patient defense, why not? No, because I still kind of want to punch him. I've already stunned him. So, yeah, I'll just kind of parry the bottle away. Just like...
Okay. As you're parrying the bottle, Sazza says, she says, Yazid, get him now! And I'd like you to make an athletics or acrobatics.
He's stunned.
He is. But also do it. Roll it anyway.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What one, sorry?
It's athletics or acrobatics, Jake.
I think we know which one's Kashan's probably going for.
Yeah, athletics, obviously.
Yeah. He's the strongest in the world.
Acrobatics. 22.
Okay, nice. Okay.
And then I punch him.
Okay, you turn around, getting ready for him to like potentially hit you or grapple you, and his stunned body falls onto your back, and an arm is like round your head like this, and he's just unconscious. He's like,
What
his
are you
tongue's
doing?
hanging
Get
You're
off
like,
me!
You just push him away, and he stumbles forward again. And at this point, he shakes it off, and he's like, and Saz's like, Yazid, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, no, you can't handle your wine. This is a dumb idea.
I'm sorry, I usually have this effect on people.
He's like, he's singing a sea shanty in his drunken stupor, it seems.
Are you going to come with me?
No, I'm not coming with you. You just punched Yazid in the face with your staff, and if you're with my brother, then you can tell him that he's going to ruin everything if he sticks around here.
And what do you mean by ruin everything?
I haven't got time to explain all of this. Arikos is out now, right? You freed him.
Yeah.
Then tell my brother that I'm not here. I never was here.
Roll a
Tell
persuasion
them.
check. In fact,
Oh wait, she's got more than +2. She's got like +4. She's really very beautiful. Probably the most beautiful tiefling as well.
I use that exact same token on my Sunday game.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
that's
I
actually also Kilsa's token as well. So
Yeah. That's why I had it in my library. Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Uh,
She says, "Look, I'm happy here. You can tell my father that that I was kidnapped and I was taken far across the seas. And there's no chance of him ever finding me."
you know he's not going to believe that, and you know that will probably make him travel across said 7 seas to be able to come and get
then
you.
tell him I'm dead.
That would kill your family. I think that you need to come and explain your situation to them. Whether they accept it is on them. However, they currently think you're being held against your will. And if you're not, then you can just say, because then they don't have to worry, regardless of, you know, who you're hanging out with. I hold up the limp man in my hand.
As you do, he's actually up on his feet again already.
Okay.
And he's like, "Look," she's like, "I really appreciate you and coming here, trying to save me and stuff, but I'm not a damsel in distress, or a damsel in distress even. I'm here because I want," and then as soon as she's seeing this like heartfelt moment, Yaz is like, "Yeah!" And
It's at disadvantage, by the way.
Ah, damn it.
Sorry.
And it
That does actually hit.
oh, fantastic. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Sure. Yes, I will. Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is sort of exactly how I thought this was going to go.
You've got inspiration, remember?
Oh, you
That's a
do.
good point, and that's a good
might
time
want
to
that.
use it. What is it? A D10?
10 at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. It's either
Yeah.
D8 or 10.
3, make it 14, that's enough.
Oh,
He kind of steps away and goes, "Wow, really is Kashan the Strong. What the hell? Kashan the Undefeatable."
They also
Good.
say Kashan the Quick, and he's already had a full round of attacks to him, so I'm just going to roll that out, and you can do with that as you wish. No.
Sansa doesn't seem to be getting involved in this one now. She's just like, ugh. Yazid, just stop. Yazid,
There we go.
he's gonna keep punching you until you put that weapon down. At this point, he's like, all right.
Learned your lesson?
Let's go for round 2 in a moment. Just
Very well. Let the adults deal with the situation at hand.
He's still
And-
up after
just keep talking for a moment.
Of course.
Oh,
So
he's winded as well.
Yeah.
He's just like, falling back.
I think
Alright.
you need to talk to your family. Your
Is
your
he-
brother is here and is currently, and we probably hear the music off in the distance, entertaining
back.
your friends.
And as you say that, we'll quickly jump back to the others, because that's probably about where we got to. So, everyone, the raucous singing is still going along, and Karis, you've been doing a drinking contest with this
Yep.
bugbear. And yeah, you can roll me the first of 1 Constitution saves.
Well, luckily I have advantage on these because this is a poison effect.
See, this is why you wanted to get the grung to do it.
I know that's why he wants to get the grunt to do it. Is it alt for the
It's
advantage?
just... You're alright. Calm down. Okay. Good lord. Alright, Yeah, the first drink goes down easily. In fact, you finished in one gulp almost, and you see he's still chugging. Like, look. By the way, just want to give you some disclaimer. I've been drinking all day. Okay, just want to point that out as well. This is probably your first one of today, isn't it?
I'm just gonna have Carius lie just because I can. No, I start the day with 10 pints, mate.
You what? Roll deception. My fuzzy ass, you do. Then again, wouldn't put it past the damn's ears. All right, next drink. And he's kind of already a bit slurring his words. He's like, barman, let's skip to the strong stuff. Hoping maybe he will win you in a kind of a battle of a sprint rather than endurance.
Yep.
So he just brings out the strong stuff, and for this one, I'm going to ask you to roll flat because this is the stronger stuff. You can see the lizard folks like pouring it out, and he's going to roll disadvantage. It's that bad.
Yep. And I
oh
will...
god, natural.
I'll use just to give myself the extra edge. I'll use my bless on it to make it 17. Why not?
He says,
I'll save the inspiration because it's bigger.
You know, lizard folk have some weird jungle recipes, some sort of like shamanistic mojo they've poured in here and mixed it together. Yeah, what do you call it? Blood of the old gods, right? And you just hear the lizard folk talking back in like. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, bottoms up. And the first swig, you see as he's tipping it back, he falls back with it like splashing into his face. It's just like as soon as it touches his lips, he's just unconscious.
Karis is just like, it's all right. Not quite as good as Steinhammer's Perfect Storm, but you know.
Yeah, it's fruity too as well. It's got a punch to it. But
honestly, he's just going to say to the lizard folk, if you ever get to the Stratch Sock Pelican, I reckon the Borzo would love it.
The other captain comes around and says, all right, looks like we owe you information. So, yes, we do know where your daughter is. I mean, sorry, we've been...
My sister.
Yeah, your father's been here for a while, so we got used to saying that. But, yes, your sister is here. She's made herself quite at home. In fact, we have her to thank for our latest procurement.
Right. Well, in that case, mind if I talk to her? Not going to do anything, just talk to her.
We'll bring her to you.
Fair enough. I'll wait here and enjoy the entertainment. They're very good, aren't they?
Oh no! Kishan's gonna beat up more people.
So Saza's like, all right, come on, show me to him, Kishan. And it feels like you're about to meet him face to face.
Sorry, just repeat that last bit.
Saza's like, so he's here? And you're like, yeah, he's entertaining the guests, right?
Correct, yes.
So she says, come on then, take me to him.
Still hoping she's expecting I'm Aurelius and it's a surprise.
I mean, can you ensure that your friends aren't going to jump? I've lost the accent, but oh well. Are you sure that your friends aren't going to just jump me as soon as we get there?
So long as your friends don't beat up Yazid anymore. Yazid, come on, get up on your feet. He's just like...
I'll just kind of like bring him up to his feet. It's like, if you behave, I will teach you how to get out of this.
All right. Please don't, not in the face, please, anymore.
I'll try not to.
As you come round out of the chamber, you hear footsteps coming up the tunnel, and you hear the door opening as well. I guess if you hadn't closed that. And Saza's like, You might want to that body you left there. Yazid,
Yes.
do something. Yazid's like, and he quickly pulls away from the two of you, and he drags the unconscious drow into the pirate's cabin. And he gives a thumbs up as he closes the door. And that's when you see the other pirate captain come around the corner and goes, Zaza, there you are. And who the hell are you? And he starts to go for his scimitar. Zaza's like, whoa. Just hold on. He's, you're the part of the entertainment. That's it. You're the groupie. You're
I just kind of like nudge her.
It's all right. She's good at deception.
I think the term you're looking for is mascot.
Yes. Yeah, and also he carries their equipment for them. So he's like the what are they called?
Roadie.
Roadie. Thank you. Yes, Roadie Kashan here. Kashan. I know a sea shanty about Kashan. Right this way.
Yeah.
Okay. You come around the corner and you see that they're all.
I like to
All
think if
better.
Kashan is brought into the room, literally both girls just gesture towards him and go, Kashan!
Yeah. Just like two spotlights.
Yeah. A grung hops
Hello.
onto the table and he's like, "Can I have your autograph?"
Yes.
Oh, and another one of the gnolls is like, "Sign my Stein," and he's like swinging it around.
We made Kashan into a legitimate celebrity at
I
this
just
point.
start signing things with my claw and look up at everyone else like.
And I just sort of look to Kashan and I'm just like, why is there only one of you just in my head? Saza, how nice to see you. It's been a while.
Hi, Carius. What are you doing here? You've already saved Dad. Why are you back here?
Well, I had to check in on my little sister, you know. I haven't seen you in like 3 years.
I don't need looking after.
I didn't say look after, I just wanted to check in on you to say hi, you know? And honestly, Dad's worried he thought you were being held against your will. And then there's this whole conspiracy going around thinking that you're the reason, like, that these lovely gentlemen managed to capture Dad in the first place and capture the ship.
Who told you that?
Well, it was more I kind of guessed because they knew exactly where they were and you weren't in the prison. Kind of added two and two
Yeah.
together.
Okay, well, in that case, cat's out of the bag.
No,
So
he's over there.
you haven't lost your humor.
No.
Well,
Anyway.
first of all, it wasn't all my fault.
Well, yeah. Well, you're talking to the family screw-up, so feel free to elaborate.
Okay. Look, these guys have been planning to try and pirate our ships for a while now. And in fact, it was Yazid who tipped me off. He told me that this was going to happen. So, I thought rather than people get hurt, I would make the defeat as inevitable as possible. That way, there would be no point in fighting. He would just surrender, which is exactly what happened. It went to plan, and no one got hurt.
Kashan is just kind of like looking like.
I'm just sort of like, Well, you see, there's a couple of things with that. for one, your plan only really worked because Dad was exhausted, and to be honest, he's quite mentally exhausted at the moment, considering what he had to do to escape that storm.
Right, yeah, the storm was part of that.
Wait,
What else?
wait, you knew about the storm? Like, or
Mhm.
was that?
Wait, what? I'm
Well,
confused.
no, he's just like. I mean, you were waiting outside the storm for. They were waiting outside the storm.
Yeah.
But
They-
she's just basically
what-
saying if it hadn't been for the storm, no offense, but Dad probably could have taken them all still, even
What
with just him.
What wasn't part of the plan was when they took Dad hostage. That wasn't part of the plan. And the captain just says, we saw it as a bit of a side venture. Your family is well known for their prosperous living. I'm sure you have plenty of gold.
Well, yes, but we kind of need that gold at the moment. You know what? I'm just gonna. Dad honestly thought we were gonna have to ransom you out of here, Sabza, which is kind of why we came, just to make sure that that wasn't the case.
That's still the case. If you want to take her back, then yeah, that'll be like 2,000 gold.
I just sort of looked at him and been like, "Really? You're gonna pull that now? Really?"
Well, you just put the idea in my head, so yes.
Seriously, you haven't thought of that already? Seriously, what kind of pirates are you? The Storm Gannets would eat you up.
Well, the Brew Dunk was the thinking one. But he seems to be...
Garrett just looks and then looks back and I'm like, I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, not going to judge a book by its cover, but really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose he did. I actually just sort of turned to one of the grung and just been like, can you actually get drunk?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Never been drunk in my life.
Yeah. I had a feeling he had something up his sleeve.
And I drink like a fish. Even though I'm a frog.
Sure.
Worked out and out.
And then I'm guessing Yazid just sort of turns up and I'm going, and this is the pretty boy who set this all in motion, I'm guessing?
This is your uncle?
The staff comes round behind Saza and just clocks
Electricity
him round the back
just
of the head.
crackles in, carries his hand.
I don't know. You have a massive family, okay? I can't keep track of all these NPCs.
Do I look old enough to be her uncle, really? I mean, I know I'm travelled.
You got a bit of face hair, so yeah.
I'm like 7 years older than her. No, not even that. I'm like 2 years older than her, I think. Because Gareth is like 21 or something. Right. Before
I didn't know you were part of a traveling. You never told me it was part of a traveling band. What is this?
Well, this is more. It was a good way to get in, and also, I always wanted to see Irina trying to dance. It's been a.
What do you mean trying?
Well, honestly,
I'd like to see you do it.
I'm quite impressed, to be honest.
They teach you these things in the library. We're not just at desks all day.
Why?
Because it's the Grand Library. They work for the castle.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Right, anyway, back to the point. So, Captain...
2,000 gold. Zit.
Right.
Zik.
So,
Captain Zik.
Captain Zik. I was going to call you Captain Scraggly Beard, but we'll go with Zik.
Yeah, that'll be 2,000 gold for
I didn't even understand that. Which is very confusing.
Can we have that drink now?
Oh, okay. Well, spell it out. We're going to take Saza hostage, and you pay us gold, and you can take her home.
I mean, if I wanted to take her home right now, but I don't think your entire crew could stop me, then that's
You
just...
wouldn't be able to stop me, Carius.
Like, honestly, yeah, I just sort of go, get the entertainers a drink, one of you. Make it something good. But non-alcoholic for Andy, I think. I can't remember if
No,
she
she
told
can
me to
drink.
drink.
She
I
can
can't remember.
drink.
She
She
would
wanted
have
to
been
take a bail and leave.
Oh yeah, something strong for Andy. Possibly slight spice or fruitiness. That's sort of.
Okay,
Yeah,
Elizabeth gets to work on doing this.
yeah. I just sort of look at the illicit folk who seem to be brewing up quite well. I'm like, you know, if I ever run into that Steinhammer guy again, I might recommend you. Honestly, you've got a good hand there.
Would I be able to have a drink as well? I'm not exhausted, but I've been not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Got to go over.
So, one of the reasons I've come to get you, Saz, well, not necessarily get you, but talk to you, are you aware of the impending Blue Dragon apocalypse?
The what? No.
Oh, yeah, yeah, basically...
Wait, is that what they're calling the storm?
No, the storm is what is going to cause the Blue Dragons of the Mirage Mountains to basically swarm across the Claude Coast.
Okay, what? Why should we be worried? Well, they're not attacking us, are they?
They'll be attacking everyone. They want the entire Claude Coast to themselves.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
And that is where I'm hoping that you gentlemen might come in handy, considering you're so loyal to my sister.
And you're hiring us.
Well, in a way. Providing you're able to help, I'll split something with you of value. I'll keep that to myself. I've got a few things in mind. For example, I think I might be entering a race which might have a substantial pot, but we'll see. But essentially, it's in order to successfully negotiate, we'll need, you know, a fair amount of gold or treasure. And, well, you're a group of pirates. I would assume that you can get treasure.
He smiles a big gold toothy grin. That is our speciality.
Yes. Not necessarily. I mean, or if you want to help out in a way that doesn't involve much risk for you, but will involve much sailing and potential chance for gathering booty, you can go look for a particular island for me.
Which?
Essentially, a very large desert island suitable for blue dragons. Not sure exactly where it is, but that's the fun of the adventure, wouldn't you say?
That sounds like an awful long venture. What?
But in that awful long venture, you'll be away from the Claude Coast, so away from the Blue Dragon apocalypse. And then when it comes, if we manage to win, you'll be able to reap the rewards whilst they're weakened.
So you're doing all the fighting, and we get to do all the looting.
Pretty much. And all that we need is Saza to stay here whilst you go for that exploration, and she can be the negotiation point between ourselves and you, which means you'll get to spend plenty of time with long hair over there, which I'm guessing is like the whole one of the reasons for this.
Yes, kind of, but that's none of your business.
Kind of is. I mean, if he hurt you, I'd have to show him the top of a mountain.
He's the one who got hurt. Kashan beat the crap out of him.
Well, haven't you heard the
I
song?
did no such thing.
No one fights like Kashan.
Yeah, it goes like, we was gonna go another round, but I was going easy on it. That's all.
Sure
Anyway.
thing. Would you like me to
Yeah.
tend to your wounds?
No, I'm just gonna pour some alcohol on it.
Anyway,
Right.
so Saza, this isn't entirely up to me. I've put my deal on the table. I do have another bargaining chip, though. Kashan, why don't you let our other friends know that it's time for the games to end?
I go over and punch one of the frogs.
No,
no,
not
oh,
that.
I'm joking.
Also, I think they might have their skin looks a bit weird. I wouldn't touch them. No offense.
Okay, I kind of get the chessboard out and all the pieces. I can imagine all jumbled up and everything.
It's on like the
Some are
last
taken
move.
away. And
Yeah, they are.
I just find the Lavellan King and I just flick it.
Okay.
It's
At
like,
that
aha,
point-
I'm about to win.
He's about to win. And effectively, as you do that, Lavellan Briseis, you see Briseis has literally conceded. She's like, that's it, game's over. And she leaves from the door, the open door.
Yeah.
And
Good.
Lavellan, as you follow out, you see an elf and a tiefling tumble out of the checkerboard and onto the table. And she looks around, pulls out her cutlass.
No,
jumps onto the table.
Brise, no violence needed. We're at a
Did we do it?
talking point.
What are you talking about? No violence. These are the ones who murdered the crew, remember?
Are we
Yep,
in
yep,
combat
yep.
right now?
No.
What's going on?
We're in a negotiation. See, Saza, here's the thing. The reason I came here, and I'm normally the foolhardy one, but
Weapons.
Dad was going to come here at full force. So I've kind of stopped a suicide mission by being here. So, and
Suicide?
possibly the death of plenty of pirates. I can't imagine. There's like 20 of you.
Avast
would-
pirates. Put them up. Briseis is still trying to like antagonize them.
Bris-
And the
Briseis-
captain's like, murder? What are you taking us for? We're not murderers. He's like,
What actually, that's a good point. What actually happened to the rest of the crew?
she pulls out her notepad. There's crew missing. We have like 5 bodies as well. The people that you murdered. And Saza, this is all your fault, isn't it?
Yep. Well, yes, but
Wait till
Saza,
Dad hears about
explain.
this. You're in the deep end now, Saza. Saza's like, calm down, sis. You don't know the full story. As much as your notepad's filled with all those scribbles. She's like, how dare you? At least my notepad's filled instead of... she says something uncouth and nasty, and Yazza just blushes.
and
And,
Karis is like,
I was like, what? How dare you? She goes up to the table and starts like pulling on her hair. The two sisters are proper fighting now, and it's
Karis just sort of watches and
I'll walk in to join in on this cat fight.
Karis just looks at them. Do I have to separate the pair of you? Because I will.
I could just flick them both and make them both roll a Constitution saving throw.
no idea how much trouble you're in.
Brise, I'm trying to negotiate an alliance here.
Oh,
to
you're just
deal with.
getting all the attention. Just rolling around.
Yeah.
on the floor.
Damn it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I don't have a use for the 6th level spell slot. I want both of them to make a wisdom saving throw because I'm going to scatter them.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh wow. Hey.
Oh no. Well, Saza's going off, and Briseis has got the same, pretty much the same pluses. Briseis is not wise. She's quite.
Wow,
Hey.
both of them exactly the same.
So I'm going to teleport them to opposite ends of the room and then just sort of and teleport myself into the middle between them, like. Now, seriously, how am I being the sensible one of this family for once? Seriously.
Yazoo gets up like, "Hey," and then thinks twice about doing anything. As
Carius literally puts like a spark on his finger and like, don't
Okay, yeah.
don't try me.
Coming back
Right.
down, he starts pouring his wine.
So,
Ugh. Ow!
both of you,
Like, what the? Well, at least I ended up by the bar.
both of you have a drink. Calm down.
The pirates didn't murder anyone, Briseis. And she's gonna go over to the bar and start pouring a drink. Then why do we have bodies? The ship wrecked. It says like, I don't know anything about that. I thought the rest of the crew could manage by themselves.
Your body get taken off.
Question. Captain Zik, was it?
Aye.
Have you seen much Sahuagin activity around?
You mean those shark fellas?
Yeah.
Pointy teeth. They always come when they're opportunists. Almost more than us, I guess. But they ain't interested in gold. They can't be bought.
Nah, they're interested in bodies. So my guess. So, am I right, Saza? The plan was you basically managed to get the ship taken over, left the crew there to try to manage, but maybe weakened the ship a bit so it couldn't follow, and then you and Dad got taken here.
Effectively, yes. That was the plan. But I didn't plan for Dad to get taken. I thought he was going to sail on home and that would be it. That would have been... I mean, yeah, okay, sure, they would have taken some of our goods, but like, we're well off. These guys are downtrodden. They need the goods as much as we do, all right, guys?
Yeah. Well, that's.
And one of the grunts speaks up as well, and he says, "They're so hooligan. They murdered us, destroyed our home. That's why we joined the pirate. They were the only ones who would look after us. We were broken people."
You know, they just sort of looked to the frog person. You know, I kind of like you, you little green guy. What's your name?
It's Slop Slap.
I thought that was the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Slop, slop.
No, this is Fizz Flop.
Right. Can I call you Fizzy for short?
Yeah.
Right. So Fizzy, I kind of like you. So you're saying the Sahuagin attacked your people, and sort of that's why you and your buddies over there are here.
That's right.
Do you know Do you know anything about their plans? Because we've seen them doing some weird stuff with like bodies and spirits, and you know, if you've seen them, you might know.
Yeah, they were doing some weird stuff with the bodies, some sort of ritual. We tried to go back, but they were surrounding our village after the attack, and they looked like they ripped the souls out of our bodies. They turned them, possessed them, or maybe the spirit possessed them. I have no idea, but it looked nasty.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so at the moment, it's kind of two big problems on the sea. Well, on the horizon, more is a better word. We've got the blue dragons, and we've got the Sahuagins and their giant turtle with a fortress on its back, and what they're trying to do. So, at the moment, as much as the fact that these guys technically stole from us, so I should probably blast them into oblivion, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Unless they attack me, in which case I will not be held responsible for their deaths.
I will let out a sigh of relief.
So what we're going to do is we're going to work together. Saza, all I want you to do, and I will even come with you and make sure that you get out of there and Dad doesn't try to keep you there, is just come and tell Dad that you're here of your own free will. And that you are going to be our negotiators for a new venture with some new ships, which could help not only save the Clawed Coast, but perhaps build up some additional business outside the Clawed Coast. I actually look at Captain Zick and I'm just like, do you want to be pirate your entire life, or if there was a less risky but more valuable job, would you take it?
We've sort of got a name for ourselves already, so it's kind of like no turning back.
Yeah, but honestly, is that just in the Clawed Coast, or is that like across the entire seas?
We're mostly to the Clawed Coast sort of area, yeah.
Well, it just so happens I do have some connections in the island kingdoms and Weep. You know, I could probably strike up something there if you wanted to, you know, make a more happy living without the risk of being like attacked all the time.
We know a lovely guy named Huxar. Great pirate.
Actually, yeah, we do know Huxel.
You know Huxor?
Yeah.
We broke him out of prison. And then helped him take over the prison.
Well, I didn't. I wasn't there for this, but
well,
yeah.
You should have led with that. I know Huxor.
I'm pretty sure we're planning on going and killing him and taking back the prison, but
No. Well, we're not. That's up to Datan and his lot.
No, Datan is negotiating, thank you. He's not intending to... He made a deal, and he plans to stick with it. It's Huxor that betrayed him.
Yeah.
Datan's not here.
So, yeah, and to be honest, Carius knows none of this, really, apart from that he helped the ship escape, like, being
They
bombarded.
also fired cannons at us as well.
I know that bastard. He's he's a ruthless one. Not surprised he's still alive, even after the capture. In fact, he kind of like thinks for a moment. I was one of the few that got out. One of the few that got off the ship before Huxor was captured.
Ah, so you were one of his boys, eh?
Hey.
I was, but of course, I was his first mate. And once the baton passed down the ladder, I became captain.
And I
Of
feel
course, we needed a new ship, so we formed a bit of an alliance with these guys, these bugbears.
And that's why you've kind of got like the joint captaincy sort of thing.
Exactly.
Was going to ask about that because it's not usual.
2 scimitars, 2 captains.
Nice, I like it. Well,
Is he still on? He's still blackout drunk.
So we've come to an
honestly, a
agreement.
bit of a lightweight, isn't he?
I've never seen him do that. He probably went down the wrong hole. That's probably.
So we've come to an agreement then?
Yeah,
well,
so we're all...
Yeah, so the plan is, well, for now, Sazza, of her own free will, is going to come and speak to Dad. She is going to be our talking point between you guys.
Hold on.
Us.
That's fine, but you've got to stay here.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I get drinks?
Well, to be fair, doesn't he need to go with you so you can make sure she gets out and away from your dad?
That's true. I just sort of think for a moment, I'm like, Irina, how do you feel like potentially pissing off my dad again?
After the things he said earlier, I'd absolutely love it.
Okay, so Sazza, Irina's going to go back with you as I stay here as a sort of mini bargaining chip, and we'll make sure that you get out of there if Dad tries to stop you leaving.
Not wrong.
Wait. You're trading? I'm worth at least like more than
No,
just carries,
no,
right?
I just sort of look. I'm like you.
Like Zerilius, maybe, but
I
I'm
beat
just
him.
kidding,
I beat him in a race.
I'm just kidding. Fine, as long as no one gets hurt.
Yep,
Karis?
that is the plan. I cannot promise for anything that Kashan did up to this point, as I don't know what he's done. But going forward, unless you attack us, we won't attack you.
Nice.
Because Sean's just...
But,
Fine. Lead the way, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
we'll
And
head out
while
then.
they're off, me and you and well, this guy when he wakes up, hopefully can just because you said he's the brain, so we probably need him for this.
Yeah.
Can like get to grips on what our plan is.
All right. Yazzie kind of goes over to Saz. He's like, "Are you sure you can trust these guys? I mean, look what he did to my face."
I mean,
So-
you can feel free to come with us if you want to come and meet future papa-in-law.
And Carriers just calls out, "It's an improvement. It gives you a bit of a rugged look."
Are we bringing him with us?
I think he'll.
You guys are staying here.
I think he's gonna fry my body if I go back.
Wait,
Saz just sort of taps him on his cheek, like, "Yeah, you stay here and nurse your wounds."
are we all going, or is it just?
Yeah, I'm the only one who needs to stay at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say I was gonna chuck the dragon chessboard right next to Yazid, because I thought he was gonna come with us.
As yeah,
It's tempting. It's tempting.
so
That's
I just sort of look amongst the group and I'm like, oh, right, again, this is with you, Irina. Yeah. So tell them that we're in the middle of negotiations and we're going to hopefully help the pirates, have the pirates help us deal with our problems.
All right.
And
I got
let
it
them
covered.
know they are not responsible for the death of the crew. That was most likely Sahuagin interference.
Hooligan.
Or Sahuagin, or for all I care. The weird shark fish people.
Gotcha.
Right. And I will stay here, have a few drinks, talk to my buddy Fizzy here, wait for the captains to wake up, and then have a conversation.
All right, we'll be back, and you see, like, oh, Briseis has gone over to the fire. By the way, she's just tossed her notebook into the fire. Okay, solved. All right, let's go. Oh, Kashan, don't forget your chessboard.
Are you staying or are you coming? Who's coming and who's staying?
Well, I was going to say I don't mind sticking around.
Sure.
I mean, if you want to stay, Kashan, you're welcome. I mean, I'm just going to be chatting business.
Well, if I'm honest, there's quite a few different races here. It'll give me a chance to practice my tongue, and I'll just walk over and order a drink in the lingo of the bartender.
As the folk gives a nod, and he begins like shaking up.
And you've still got the chest. Brise,
Yeah.
why don't you take the chessboard? See if Dad can maybe get a good price for it. It's magical.
Sure. Alrighty. We'll
And
be back.
Give it to a
We're gonna
charity shop.
We're gonna try and get back fast. So, actually, do you mind if I borrow the glaive? She smiles.
It
Carry
won't carry all of us.
Yeah, it will only carry us. Carry us.
Oh God.
Sorry, I can't resist the pun.
Oh, God.
Won't be able to carry all of you unless you can. Well, I suppose if you're winning the chessboard.
Not happening.
Oh, I just got it.
Looks like there's a map already on the way. Okay. Oh God, you just got.
Well, and you've got the boat. You can Carius considers a moment and then goes, "You're good with an oar, right?"
We know how to sail.
He hands her his other glaive. Borrow that one. That one makes you row faster.
Okay, sure. Interesting.
I mean, we could just use my shield.
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah,
yours.
that's
Yeah.
Or your shield, yeah, but your shield controls the boat, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that
I
only
don't think it affects
works
the
like
speed.
Yeah, we don't
Right.
really need speed, but you know.
Well, they wanted to get back fast, and that's why they wanted the glaive. So Karis went,
Yeah,
have my
the
glaive,
essence.
but not the one you want.
Okay. Anyone who wants to go can make their way to the door with their token. Anyone who's staying can make their way to the bar. And
You staying or going?
I think she'll end up staying
Okay.
because
Yeah.
she's probably curious whether or not they've got the posters and stuff, so she can check out and see if.
She's gonna go check out the wanted posters.
Yeah.
amazing.
and everyone's cheering you as well as you're like, even Irene, as you're about to go, they're like, no.
I'm
no,
giving like a royal wave as I leave. I shall return.
And so the eclipse is over, and the moon and sun must part. But they will always be together in your heart. Karis just randomly throws out a rhyme.
Don't quit your day job.
Yeah. Wait,
Not. It's kind of my purpose.
the bugbear comes around. It's like, what moon, sun? What are you on about? And he's coming.
You awake, other. Is there a hierarchy of like the captains, or are you equal? I just like quickly whispered to Zik.
I thought we was equal, but now looking at it, clearly not.
Question: do I seal the unconscious
I
bodies
was
on
about
my
to say,
way
I
out?
forgot about the boat.
You see a large tarp over the boat, but it does seem. You look around, and there's still a card game in progress. No one's finished that, and the door's wide open as well.
There's probably like a boot sticking out from underneath the tarp.
But there are no bodies. They're just.
No,
You
as
get-
in
you
a boot attached to a leg.
Right? Yeah. You just see the. If you go like passive perception, you just see like a boot underneath the tarp, but there are no bodies lying around. You tuck that under for him. Either way, you guys are leaving. It sounds like that's weird. They usually have guards here, but
Well, if you heard the song, then you know what Kashan can do.
all right.
The song's not an exaggeration, it's all true.
Excellent. Okay, well, you guys are gonna make the journey back, and we'll see what that happens. with. Meanwhile,
About somewhere through, I jump out and I'm like, I concede. I cannot take it. He doesn't know how to play chess.
I thought it was checkers. Ugh.
Like, so did we escape?
Wait.
I kidnapped someone.
Saza just turns around and is like, Yazid, what are you? Yeah. She
God
hits
damn it, Lavellin!
him around the head with the chessboard.
You know,
And I hit Lavellin around the head with my hand.
Carius just chuckles to himself and went, "Ah, that's gonna be fun."
Alright, well, you better come with us anyway.
I'm quite proud of Kashan. I expected him to hurt people in there.
Well, there weren't any guards.
Huh. Just can't get the stuff these days, I guess.
I've got a staff.
Andy, as you're settling in for a drink, you see an orc has come over to you and has tugged your cape a little bit.
She
He's like,
slaps them.
"Ugh."
She's like, you do not touch people's clothing like that.
You hear him talking orcish.
Yeah. Don't know what you're saying, mate.
One of the grung, what does he say? Slosh Slap says, he says you're famous now, right? And the orc kind of goes, Grover. Oh,
No, 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 no. We're not famous.
he was famous before.
No,
Mm.
no.
He says he's got your pin up.
She's
What?
got your pin.
She just looks at him blankly. What?
I'm trying to talk in Orcish as a grung. Sounds weird. But he says, and he says, oh, you're in the Hall of Fame. Oh, follow him. He's got something to show you.
Do I overhear this?
She
Yeah.
kind of like looks over at the others, like, "Can one of you come, please?" Because she doesn't really.
It's
wanna go
that
on her own.
desperate call for help
Yeah.
when a man approaches a woman at a bar and she's like, somebody help!
Yeah.
Why don't you go with them? That way you can translate.
Yeah, of course. So is that exactly what he was saying? Like,
Yes, you heard him as you were approaching the Hall of Fame.
it's gonna be
The
Hall
orc
of
comes
Wanted
over
Posters.
to
Okay.
yeah, exactly. He goes over to the walls on the high rise, and there's loads of posters, tons of them. There's charts, there's treasure maps. Some of them have been like scribbled up off. Some of the faces have been used as target practice for like daggers and arrows. And he lifts one of them up, whoosh, almost ripping it off the wall as he does. And he points. And Andy, you look across. You're expecting, and there's this sinking feeling that there's this poster of you, but it's not you.
Oh
It's
my
someone
God.
who looks just like you, though. Kind
That's
of.
your mother!
It's your mother. And
That's where I think you were going with
that's
this.
where we'll have to end tonight's session. Oh,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Dun 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 dun!
Wanted for
Check my notes.
against the Sultan, the High Sultan himself.
What?
Yeah.
Damn!
The price is high, like massively high. Talking about thousands of gold.
What
Yeah.
did she do?
Theft from the Sultan.
So if we ever need to get a lot of money, we could turn in Andy as her mum. I'm joking. I'm joking. Alice is not that sort of person.
Hey, you've got a lot of family members. I think you're the one who's everything.
That's true. Yeah. But, oh
Ooh,
boy.
Damn.
Yep. We're gonna have to end and wrap it up there because it's getting late. But seems they might know who your mother is. Maybe she sailed with these guys. We'll have to find out. But right now, we'll say bye bye for now and tune in next week to continue the story. But also check us out on Sunday for Baba Yaga's Dancing Hut, the Witch Hunters, and again on Monday for Curse Breakers and Last Resort Company as well. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.